Elgato screen. Yep, there we go. Great job today. It's an amazing job today. Yeah, that's right. That's what happens when you open your game after your OBS. What's going on today, dudes? How you guys doing? Hopefully everyone's having a great day, Friday, or whatever day it is for you guys. You're, you know, Australians over there. Maybe, you know, Saturday morning. Hopefully you guys are having a great one. Hopefully everything's going good. You guys had a great week. I know it's been good to be back streaming this week. So hopefully you guys are all doing great, because I know I'm doing a little better. But just so you guys know what's going on today and this weekend, kind of keep you guys filled in at the beginning of the video, or beginning of the stream here, is that I'll only be doing one stream today. Normally we do two, but I'm only doing one because I have to take off right at 4 o'clock. So I got to go check into the hospital, do all my tests and stuff like that for being sick, all that good crazy stuff. I am sounding a lot better. I definitely still have a lot of congestion in my lungs, my sinuses and stuff like that, but trying to do my best to make sure I can stay chatty and stuff like that. This week was kind of rough, so hopefully next week is better. I will not be doing like a Q&A or anything like that for this patch this week, because I just got so many things just coming out of being sick and stuff. So I probably won't even have an update video out until probably about Tuesday, just because I'm going to be gone almost all week getting these tests and stuff like that done. And you know, hopefully everything goes pretty good, right? Seems like, you know, I feel good. I feel like, you know, my spirit's up a lot more. Obviously, you can hear the congestion, stuff like that. Dopey's still coughing from her, you know, stuff that's, you know, COVID as well. So it's just been kind of a rough one. Just kind of keep you guys informed on what's going on. I know a lot of you guys are concerned. A lot of you guys have been sending amazing DMs and a lot of support and stuff like that through the channel. And honestly, we super appreciate it. You know, don't feel like you have to, guys. We're doing a lot better. Like I said, we super appreciate your guys' support. So a lot of you guys are absolutely insane. And your guys' donations and stuff like that, even when we weren't even streaming for 3 weeks and stuff. So like I said, just want to say thank you guys very much for all that support and all the love you guys were throwing at us and stuff like that. So everything seems to be going on the up and up. We're getting ready to start smashing more content. I don't got to work until the 16th of July, so I'm gonna be trying my best to make sure that I can put as much content out for you guys to make up for the last 3 weeks that we weren't ever able to be here. So yeah, bros, we're getting back at it. Like I said, sorry for the rough start this week, but you know, it is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be. But we're gonna go ahead and get on over here and start pushing some dirt here soon. Feel free to come in and chat and say what's up. If you're new, especially, say what's up, guys. Let's move some equipment out of the way and gonna get this going. So yesterday on stream, just kind of give you guys a little bit of a recap if you were not able to watch yesterday. We actually pushed over to this wall and we were able to start doing this little intersection. So we kind of have like a little makeshift hopper set up right here, so that way I can work along this wall. Eventually we'll tear this down and we'll smooth it all nice in and make a good little ramp for us to come down in here. And that way we can slowly start working our way this way down the valley, as well as next week start pushing over this way. But we're going to start moving a lot of dirt. I'm going to be streaming Out of Ore pretty much Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays and Fridays, pretty much all those days of the week in the first time slot of the stream. So first time slot is 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time to about 4, and then we'll have a game change and I'll be playing something else, right? So we'll be doing multiplayer games, we'll be doing all that good fancy stuff, not just on multiplayer day Wednesday. We'll be bringing other games to the channel or games back to the channel like Valheim and Farm Sim and things like that as well. So but Out of Ore, since Out of Ore is the #1 game on the channel now, it's conquered all other games that we've been played, as well in views and as well as subscribers and all of those things like that. Out of Ore is now the king on the channel. So that is now going to be taking up the morning time slots or midday time slot to about afternoon. So Mr. Grinder, what's up, buddy? Doing pretty good, man. Hopefully you're doing great. But yeah, guys, let's see. I've had CVID 3 times now. I feel worn out, but crackling on. Yeah, I that's how I feel too. Like I was kind of describing it yesterday, and I was like, it kind of feels like I just don't have that full like spark. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I just kind of feel like worn down. So that's why we're going in and we're getting all these testing. I had 100 to 104 fever for almost 11 days straight. So it was rough on the body and apparently on the brain. So they're doing a lot of CT scans and blood work and all kinds of tests and stuff like that this weekend. So just to make sure everything's good to go. I kind of feel okay. I just feel worn down. I feel like I just need to make sure I, drink my fluids, do what the doctors say, and kind of get moving on, right? So, like, I'm not one of these people that's just going to sit here and dwell on sickness. It is what it is. It was what it was, and, get moving forward. The body took some punishment. Now it's time to repair it and get feeling better, right? Yo, what's up, Kevin? Like, biggest thing for me is I was just so bored laying in bed. I wanted to get up and stream. I wanted to get up and hang out with you guys and make content and stuff, and it was just bad, right? So it's Friday. Whoop whoop whoop. Hell yeah, man. Get the last stream in for the week. Next week should be good. Hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said, I'm feeling about like 70% ish myself. We got a patch coming out this weekend for Out of Ore. Hopefully everything's on schedule and that hits out on this weekend. That'll be really nice. The control changes and some of the dirt tweaks and stuff, and fixes and stuff that we've been having issues with. That'll be really good. Awesome to see. Yeah, make sure you guys come in to smash that like button and hey, what's up in the chat if you're new, especially if you're new. We always love to hear from the our new viewers or new people on the channel or people who maybe not been able to speak before. Hey, what's up? Say hello to everybody. Also, make sure you guys join Discord and stuff like that too down below. You guys can chat. You guys can you can drop screenshots and stuff like that. We'll take a couple scoops here and we'll show that up, see what's going on here. We always like to do. Now that we're streaming Out of Ore a lot more, it'll be definitely we'll be doing like the mine of the week and stuff like that, and mine showcases and things. So as now that I'm getting a little bit better and we have some time and stuff like that, I get trying to really get the schedule nailed down and kind of moving along. So we're gonna have a lot of amazing content coming up with Out of War over the next few months. So it's gonna be exciting to follow the game and play and hang out, dudes. Grinder gifting the membership, dude. Thank you much, bro. Aero Training was the recipient of that. Dude, thank you much, Grinder, for that support, dude. Helping out the community with members. You guys have been absolutely amazing. We actually hit 550 combined members last month. It was 550 that you guys, I think we normally have around 100, I want to say about 70 to 80 normal paying subs, and the rest were all gifted. You guys were absolutely insane. You guys actually broke YouTube. A couple of you guys actually got timed out by YouTube for the amount of memberships you guys were throwing out. Glenn and some of you guys were just like smashing it hard, and it didn't even know who to give them to. There was no other active members, so it just gave them to nobody. So it just refunded some of the money to the guys that were gifting tons of subs. So I was there the day we broke YouTube. Yeah, it was nuts, dude. It was like we were sitting there and it was like still trying to hand out subscribers to people, to members to people. So it was really weird. It was just nuts. Oh, I guess I should explain more what we're doing here. Sorry. Get ahead of myself. So what we're doing today is we are actually trying to move this wall and flatten it out and make a nice square space here. We're gonna move all this over here, and we're gonna fix this floor. And then once we get far enough away from the box over here, where I feel annoyed, which I'm getting kind of close, we're gonna then tear this down and work on this ramp and try to like put some rock trucks and dirt and stuff like that in there and fix the ramp a little bit. So we only have about 4 hours, like I was saying, so just a nice little play today and kind of chill and chat on our Friday. That's kind of what the agenda is for today. Yeah, I feel super bad because right after you guys were gifting all this stuff, like I was like, you guys all know Amanda got sick first, right? So I was like taking care of her and streaming, and then I just started going full time and at work, and it's like all of a sudden, like you guys gifted all these people, and then I was gone for 3 weeks. I honestly super feel bad about that. Like it was like, I was like, oh man, dude, like the best time to really be pushing the channel hard is when everything like that's going on, and then all of a sudden, you know, this bullshit popped up. I was fighting like every day to try to get up and stream, and I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Like just a normal flu for me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll stream. I don't care. Perfect time to stream. Just sit back in my chair and streaming, but I couldn't even talk or anything like that, so it's kind of rough. Let's push this out a little bit more on this side. Gotta run, 4 hours left, then on the road. Dude, take it easy, Grinder. Be safe out there, man. And thanks again for the gift, but oh man, end of the week, bros. End of the week. You know, okay, I'm gonna be honest. At the end of last night's stream, I was like, I'm gonna post the thing up. Well, I posted it up, but I accidentally had it unlisted. So, oops, my bad. I looked at that here at about, what was it, like 11 o'clock? I was like, wait a minute. What the hell is it? My stream's not posted. What the heck? That was kind of dumb, right? Yeah, we got a lot of work to do on this mine next week. Yeah, beat this thing up. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to blast it. It's probably just gonna delete it. That's a bummer. No. Okay, it didn't today. Didn't want to. Nice, we'll take that though. When you're working with a sprawling floor kind of method, it's always nice when you're working up against a wall to not put your floor tiles all the way up against your wall face. Keep them back a little bit, right? So that way when it falls and decays, it has somewhere to decay too. You can see it all building up right now. All right, so it'll take a little bit per blast. You're looking at about 20 seconds for these to all go in, so it'll take about a minute for it to go in and add back up. Don't worry about that. It's all right. It is being looked at, so we want to work over here. All right, so we're gonna let this stuff all remerge, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to blast this face here. But we're gonna wait for this one to kind of fill back in. Should be done about now. Do a couple blasts at a time. Especially we're just in our little work area right now, right? So right. Didn't convert it. Ugh, why is it not converting it? It should be converting it. Interesting. The explosives aren't quite working fully, but they're close. Because it should have converted all of that, right? So it should have converted it all into blasted rock. I kind of like the way that the explosives used to work in the original version before the geology patch, where it just flat turned it into it. It didn't decay quite yet. Now I can understand, like, when it's not on if it's on an underside of a vertical, I can understand it falling, all the boulders following and stuff like that. But it would be nice to just have like something that just turns it into straight rock, because I believe I had to blast from the top down. I guess we could test that actually here real quick. Threaten it with a nuke. All right, let's take a look here. Let's get a top blast here. We'll stick it right here on this edge, right? So we can see the depth on which this RDX is going to blast. It should blast 8 meters? Is what the RDX is, so I'll actually get a good visual here of the, yeah. So if you blast from the top down, it converts, but if you try to blast from the side, it doesn't, right? So I think it should just blast from 8 anywhere. That seems like maybe something that could be tweaked a little bit, but yeah, hit a couple of these strips here, so damn, no, we don't want that one. Oh, can't demolish these? Oh, that's a bummer. Yep. Ripposaurus Rex, let's go. Yo, what's up, Vars? Now let's convert this while it's laying on the ground. Let's try to find some flat spots where the rock is. And that way we can convert straight down and convert all that, right? That's what we want. That's solid rock. We would like blasted rock to work with. There we go. Full rock face. You just got to find where it's horizontal, flat, not vertical lines. Excuse me. Just kind of a little bit of a workaround. It's a little finicky, like I was saying. The explosions are a little finicky, but once you figure out exactly what to do with them, then it's not too bad. I'm kind of holding off on putting any guides out right now until we get into a little bit more of a further patch notes. Yo, what's up, White? Hey, y'all, just listen to the stream while I drive home. Creep until I get home. Yep, dude, be safe, man. Be safe on that road, dude. And Bars, what's up, buddy? There we go. Now that we got that nice and converted, it should be easy to run, and hopefully not run into too much solid rock with that 8-meter diameter. You're blasting like a square now. They used to blast in a circle. Oh, that's a nice bucket right there. Mods, I did take off the have to be a subscriber to type in chat, so we might get some crazies. Just, you know, if not, me and Dopey normally take care of most of that, so there's not too many people in here today watching, so kind of a chill Friday. By the time everybody even gets back, it'll be like, yeah, we're ending. Okay, guys, gotta take off for the weekend. See you later. It always seems to be the way it works. Hopefully you guys have some awesome plans for the weekend, dudes. I wish I did, but sadly, you know, I'll be sitting there. Too bad I don't have a laptop or something, man. If I had a really nice laptop, I'd just like stream. Just stream from the hospital. Right? You guys got good Wi-Fi, bro? Oh, I need to play my Out of War, dude. Gotta stream for my homies. Like, might be some crazies you rang. That'd be hilarious. Hospital room stream. Right. Oh man. Just chilling, waiting for my test results and just kicking back. Hey, at least my hospital room wasn't too expensive. It was only like $300 and something for a night. They were like, "Would you like the deluxe room?" I was like, "Yes, I would." It was only like an extra like $65. I was like, I don't want to be in there with anybody else. Screw that. Mm-mm. You want a Steam Deck for when you're on the road? Yeah, the only reason why I've never really invested into a decent laptop is because when I leave my computer or my house, I don't want to deal, no offense, but I don't want to deal with anything that has to do with tech related stuff. Like, even when people ask me, you know, "Oh, hey, can you fix my computer?" I'm just like, I've never worked on a computer. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, wait, don't you build computers and stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. I'm going over here, bro. What's up, Wasey? How you doing, man? You know, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never touched a computer in my life. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like my, when I'm not in the because I'm always on the computer, right? I'm always working, doing something, streaming, making a video, chatting with the community, things like that, right? So even for me just having a phone, the only reason why Amanda decided to get me a phone was because she was sick and tired of me whenever we do go somewhere. Anytime I do have the urge to check the channel or check Discord to see what's going on or things like that, she just is sick and tired of she's just tired of me asking. She's in the living room. Yeah, scrub. I'm not a junkie. I like my homies. These guys are my homies. I gotta check it and see what's going on. She's like, yeah, you spend every day with them. Oh man. Don't make me take your phone privileges away. Hey, you guys are on your phone all the time looking at TikTok. That's right. Looking to find out, see if Thor has any new undie pics. I'm doing pretty good today, man. How you doing? Just kind of chilling on Friday, man. I'm stoked to get out of here this weekend, but not really. It's like, boredom, pretty much. It's gonna be all boredom. Love your homies more than you love me. Dobby just wants to party every time we get out of here. She doesn't care about me. I know better. Why I always got my homies with me in my phone. Gotta do something. Dobby's like, I'm out of here. We're going. You got party in the hospital. Party in the hospital with the nurses. Nah, I take her out to dinner on Sunday and stuff like that, and after we get out, I mean, they might let me out on Saturday night, but I'm not sure. They said depending on how the tests and everything like that go, and depending on what tests they need to run, but they wanted to just book me for the night to make sure they can get observation and everything like that. They want to test me when I sleep, so I have a sleep study. No, I have a sleep study, so I know I at least have to be there tonight. So they're gonna scan my brain when I sleep. Make sure all the marbles are rolling around okay in there. You know that's not gonna happen, Amanda said. Listen up from in the peanut gallery in there. And they're talking shit. Sitting there just talking crap. Shit. Sleep studies are not fun when you're hooked up all the wires. Yeah, I've had it done before a long time ago for sleep apnea and stuff, right? So I'm all aware of what it is. Not worried about anything. I just want to get it done quickly so I can get home and enjoy the rest of my weekend, but it doesn't seem like that's most likely going to be the case. Come on, bro. Man, dude, some of these mine sites are just gonna take forever, right? Like that's what I was saying. Come up with a plan, kind of design it in your head a little bit, you know, and find something that you want to build. You know what I mean? Like depending on how big it is. Like some of these projects that I'm doing is like insane, right? Like that's just because I'm like, I don't know. As a content creator, you always got to go above and beyond. It feels like so. It doesn't mean you have to go crazy, but man, if we had bigger equipment, whew, this would be a small mine site. Come on, it's the WL way, so it's okay. They are if you have sexy dreams. I can only imagine having a sex dream, dude, during a sleep study. That would not be cool. Also, in regards to 1.4 or sorry, 0.14, I think they should just wait now until 1.5. It's nice to always separate the patches so that way when you look back, if there's something wrong, you can isolate it. So there's a lot of stuff that's actually being changed in this patch, even though it doesn't seem like a big patch, or it may be closer to when the next patch is coming out. But you know, so that's generally why you'd want to do it as a developer. It just helps with the workflow. So even though you may have a patch coming in like another week, it's still better to isolate them into patches. Also, too, you gotta think there's also other, like when I play the game, when I'm not streaming, I play on a different version too, right? So if there's still stuff that's coming out, you have to make sure that those versions are good for your testers, right? So that's another reason why you can't really do that. So 0.14 needs to come out, and then it needs to be play tested by the public and hot fixed while the other patch starts getting worked on. Right, so it does cost money to have multiple builds on Steam. So that's another reason why. It's also just more of a pain in the ass to manage. Just for you guys' information, because Damien had a great suggestion / question. But that's generally why it's not done. And sometimes devs will hold it and just put it into a big block if all the testing's close to being done. I think we all want to build something massive. It just takes one block at a time. Yeah, it's a lot, man. According to update today, let me take a look here. Did we get an update today? Did we get a Friday update? He probably just posted it out as I was talking to him before stream. Hold on here. Let's do it. Thanks for letting me know. I have not been like fully engaged. Let me take a look here. Take a look here. .16th. Okay. Did see this, but I just was clicking on it up. Okay. Actually, let's just bring this up here. Not what we move that out of the way so you guys don't get stream inception. It's like where it sees like the window through the window through the window through the window through the window. Oops. Yeah, I have on my main screen, so I have on my left monitor. I can just put Discord up and put it over here. Right, so like hello. All right, move that out of the way for you guys. The Friday's news report. The upcoming patch is 0.14 dirt controls and improvements is yet again delayed. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that this. Okay, so when did he put? Earlier this morning. Okay. Patient delayed in the late stages, testing, reworked to hard dirt because we weren't happy. Yes, and this is something I was worried about. I just didn't want to say it. You know, because I don't want to leak anything before, you know, you guys can see how hesitant I was yesterday. You know, that does make sense to me. Because there is things that need to be tweaked and worked, right? So, you know, you guys got to understand like my balance between being a content creator and also being a tester, and kind of like a bridge between you guys in the game and testing. Like I kind of like the same thing happened with Gold Rush, right? I can only say so much, right? So because you want them to be able to do their stuff, right? You don't want to be stepping on anybody's toes. Yeah, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. It does. I can verify 100% as a player and as, you know, to you guys as well. Yes, it does need a little bit more. 100% does. Let me go back to my main screen here. So that's being delayed this weekend. All right. Cool. Thank you for informing me. I didn't see that it was actually up. Should be out midweek next week. Yeah, well, that kind of helps me actually, because I didn't have a video done because I've just been so busy trying to get back to actually streaming and working. So actually gonna help out a little bit. But yeah, it needs a little bit more tweaking. So it's not quite there. There's a few things that we weren't happy with in the testing that needed a little bit more work, and he needed more time. So that's a very, very smart move, honestly. So if it's just not done, don't push it, right, boys? It's better to wait and make sure it's done. Yeah, I was actually chatting with him, so I didn't get time to go through to see if there was any Friday updates or anything. Wow, I was late. Well, I guess if it's middle of next week, maybe we might do something and have a chat and stuff like that. You never know. Now that it's middle of next week, so right? Like, all right, okay. Kind of changes the plan a little bit, maybe. Let's just get a little chat and maybe get the videos out for the thing. It's a very hard one as a content creator. I'm gonna be honest. It's a very hard one as a content creator because it's just like, ooh, update controls and some dirt improvements. Like, you know, while it's a very major thing, it's not like a gigantic, oh my gosh, type of moment, right? So, yeah, boy. Oh, cool. And where is everybody? You know, what's going on here? YouTube be like, we're not advertising today. Mid to next week. Okay, that definitely is better. It's needed. It's needed. That's all I can say. It's needed. Like you said, need a little bit of a delay. Things happen. It's a good thing. I mean, I know we've talked about this a lot, right? Like, there's a lot of you guys that kind of just given up on the game because of the control system. Like controller players, joystick players, and stuff like that, right? While controller is a smaller thing there, share. What the hell's going on with my Discord? We're still live, right? There we go. YouTube was having a brain fart. Anybody F there? Or are we guys all smooth? Controller works fine, IMO. Would you, okay, Bars, you're a controller player. And like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick. I know a lot of people, some people have had problems with it. Is it a user problem? Or is it a game problem? Because I'm not a controller player. I don't know. Right? I don't know. I'm not a controller player. I don't play with the controller. Is it a user problem? And we can be honest here, guys, because we all understand sometimes you just may overlook something. Is it a user error, or you have to map it all yourself? Okay, so it's more than likely a user problem. Because if you have to map everything yourself, some people are just not, they don't understand the mapping, how it works. The base settings suck. Okay, see, I'm not familiar with the controller. I generally always test direct input, which is keyboard. So I'm not a controller tester. You have no issues using a controller? Okay, so yes, I know there's a couple people that have. I don't know, maybe it's their controller's broken, or it could just be user error, which it happens. Like I said, it's happened. It's not a big deal. I'm just kind of curious on, because the majority of people who play this game actually do play on keyboard and mouse, depending, you know, based on the poll that Christian put out. Right, so I use the right stick for the bucket control and left for steering. So you pretty much just copied the Gold Rush controls then. It was a learning. It is 100% dirt. I agree. It always is in every video game. When you have to go through and rebind everything, especially in these type of games. Yeah, I mean that's my best advice for anybody is literally just copy the Gold Rush default controls to controller. They have the best controller layout for excavator and stuff like that. They actually have the best. I think it's the best layout for controller that feels the most natural, and keyboard and mouse default is not bad. If you have small hands, you might hate it, but you can just change a couple binds, right? It's not that bad. But Gold Rush does have a crazy keyboard layout, and their controller layout is smooth. So that's why I always recommend it, like, because I've seen how many people play the Gold Rush with the default controls on the controller, and it works. It's very intuitive to just get in and use, right? So I know games don't like copying games, but sometimes you gotta do with what works, right? Or do what the majority of your player base has already been used to. You map the joystick based on the controls. I might have to do a controller because everyone's gonna probably, after this, is probably gonna want to change all of their controls for their controller, because, you know, depending on how they're laid out, kind of suck. I got to my microphone on that one. That was a gnarly burp. Holy cow. But yeah, getting something people are comfortable with, right? That's all it really is. You rarely use the base controls in any game. I don't either as well. Especially when it comes to construction games and stuff like that where you have heavy equipment. I play with what I know the most, and that is Gold Rush, and that's just what it is. It doesn't mean that I think, you know what I mean? Like, it's like on keyboard and mouse, I'm just comfortable with it. So, like I said, it's kind of like the way I was, it's kind of the way, like, I was trying to say, you know, like, it's not that it's a superior or whatever. I'm not meaning it like that. I'm more meaning it as in, for myself personally, off of my experience, I am comfortable with this. So if you've played this game and you played using these keys, why not change the keys to what you already know? That way you don't got to relearn anything and all your muscle memory is exactly the same, right? It seems logical, right? To work a little bit better. The Dozer is almost impossible on controller. I will say that. Not enough buttons. Let's see. Left, right. There should be. The excavator should technically have more. The excavator should have the most amount of button inputs anything, so you should be able to have more than enough, actually. Tilt, left, right, up, down. So that's that would be your blade on your joystick on your left thumb. And then so left thumb would be like left, right, up, down. Control forward would be the other joystick. Directional D-pad could be tilt, because tilt is something that you don't really want to be fiddling with all the time. It's not like an on-fly command. It's something that you want to set your grade and set it and leave it kind of thing. So you'd want to set that to a button. You just either kind of hit it once or hit it twice. So you'd only need two. So 1, 2. Yeah, there's more than enough. I barely use the tilt left and right. You need D-pad for camera options. Some things you do have to give and take. So if you need more controls, you have to gimp your camera. That's just the way it is with controller, right? Got to sacrifice something to have something else, and that's always been the downfall, I think, of controllers, is that they're limited because there's no. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true, because on controller you can still set the default hold this button as a modifier. So that's not true. You can still do that on a controller. You can hold like left trigger, and then that would switch over your D-pad controls to a camera. And when you're not needing to adjust your camera, you could hold like left trigger and change it. So it's not that bad, right? I mean, you got to expect a little bit of learning on your control if you're using a controller for a game that has a lot of binds, right? You're gonna have to use a lot of modifiers, which would be on a keyboard, that'd be a shift modifier, right? Hold shift, press this button, like shift 1 would be something different than just 1, right? So We have to do it on keyboard and mouse just to save our fingers, right? So what's the difference on the controller? It's not like you're adjusting your camera like this constantly when you're playing with a controller anyways, so I would just D-pad, and I would just do a modifier on the D-pad for tilt would be my recommendation. So like left bumper or right bumper would be your modifier, and then just D-pad for tilt. The game regardless has to work great with just controllers and mouse and keyboard, and then generally you go after that. But right now it's just everything's getting everything right. So some players really like using all the joysticks and stuff like that. Some people have that thing, but not everybody has that type of money to spend. So it's a very niche thing. You could tell on the what's it called, the poll that Christian did, right, that it was very kind of like a niche. How many people run full sim setups? It's very small amount of people compared to everybody else. Yeah, true. That's true. The when you're tunneling, I can imagine you do need to use your camera a lot more. Right, so when you go near buildings and stuff, because camera clipping, right? So I fully understand that. I get what you guys are saying on that one. Because I mean, keyboard and mouse players have to deal with that too as well. It's like the camera should auto zoom to it instead of just clipping through, right? It's a little clunky at the moment, but it's better than it was. You didn't even know there was sim setups for this type of game? Oh, of course, man. Dual joysticks, foot controls, you know, people's steering wheel. Like I could run this doing my steering wheel and stuff like that. And I could just use my shifter as a lever to control the up and down like the hydraulics. But I don't really like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like playing simulator games like that. No. I like playing the simulator game, but I don't like playing with the peripherals. The only thing that I like doing that with is ATS or driving games. Not like heavy equipment. I've done it in real life. It's cool and all. I find keyboard and mouse way more comfortable than like if I could just remote op and just use keyboard and mouse, I would. Like, I don't need joysticks and shit, bro. Just give me keyboard and mouse now, dude. Come on, Elon. Let me use some dozers on Mars, dude. I'll remote operate them. Get those Starlinks up and running. Big noob. Don't worry. Just make everything 5 feet thick. Steel. Probably could. You can. It doesn't matter to the device once it's radioed in. It doesn't matter. An input is an input. It doesn't matter, right? So a piece of heavy equipment, and you know, an input is an input no matter how you are controlling it. So you can 100% use heavy equipment with a keyboard and mouse. You just have to rig it up that way, right? But through the software. Like instead of a joystick or instead of foot pedals, you know, you just use WASD just like we're doing here. And it would work just fine. No problem. Yeah, electronics don't care what it is. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. It knows if it's a joystick or not, right? But it doesn't matter. Like I said, because an input is an input. That's why I like playing with keyboard and mouse, is because you need less inputs to get something done. there's no analog drift or anything like that, right? It's just straight input to input. Like I go down, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. There's no drift, there's nothing there, right? There's no slop in the joysticks. Now, when you're using some heavy equipment, depending on how much RPM you're using, a direct input could be a bad thing because it'll make shit just like buck around a little bit, right? But you can also tune your machine down a little bit to compensate for that. So that way, that smoothness of it just seems really robotic when you're using direct input, like one-to-one. So if I press this, it works. There's no delay, there's no coasting, there's no nothing like that, right? So pretty soon, one day, heavy equipment will all be ran this way. There'll be nobody even in it. Everybody will have their job and they'll be working. They'll have drones over your equipment just like this. You'll be able to control it and the drone will fly around. I can't 100% it's gonna be that way. You know it is. It's already kind of moving that way anyways. Right now it's just like the drone technology's gotten insane. Right? Like internet connection speeds. All right. That's right. It's Father's Day weekend here coming up here, bros. You guys going to do anything? Any of you dads out there? You're like, yeah, I'm drinking myself. I'm just gonna drink on the toilet. I'm gonna screw this shit. All right, let's smack up here and clean this up here a little bit. Oh, that worked nicely. Thank you. Appreciate that, game. Nice when things work out. Let's go. Fuck. Yeah, I got something in my eyeball. Eyeball. Freaking fan behind me is just blowing so much air, it's like drying my eye out. Not really sure, so the wife hasn't mentioned anything. Father's Day, having the day off. All the house duties. Hell yeah. Just kicking back and relaxing, right? Like, mm-hmm. Let's get all this moving here. We got dirt to move today. Got about 3 hours before I gotta take off, guys. We got 3 hours before I gotta leave. My first test is scheduled for like 4:40, so. Yay. Oh. Man, I hope they just like knock me out with Ambien. Something, you know. I don't think hard. I hate the sleep studies, dude. It's like, knock me out, bro. At least we're making some good progress, and a lot of this ground's going to go fast because look, it's shallow. We're already down on the first bench, right? Like over here and over there, there's not there. Well, there is, but a lot of that the dozer work up there is just dozer work, right? So it's not like it's actual pay. So I'm not really worried about running it. I think it has to be natural sleep. Damn it, Varus. You ruined my hopes and dreams, bro. Has to be natural sleep. No, you can't smack me with a frying pan to put me to sleep. It's natural? No, it's not. Nobody's like, I can just smack you with a frying pan or something. Dopey just hauls up and beats me with a bedpan. Damn, Dopey. No, wait a minute. They've given me Ambien. They gave me Ambien for the for my sleep study way back when. Yeah, they gave me Ambien for my sleep study back a long time ago. Long time ago. But they gave me like one, and then they were like, they put me in this room, and then they were like, okay, you could turn the TV on, but there was only like one damn channel, right? On purpose, obviously. It was like the most boring shit. But somehow I got into it, so then they came in and they were like, here's another Ambien. And they were like, now you have to turn the TV off. And I was like, I don't want to. I was just getting into that. I want to watch it. And they're like, you cannot lay on this big, giant, comfy, awesome bed. No matter what you do, you cannot lay on it. And then like, the only thing on TV is boring. There's some like newspapers and craps in there. Everything is just making you want to fall asleep and yawn. And they just had me sitting there for like 3 hours. It seemed. I think about 3 hours. Yeah. I was like just sitting there, like, you know, just trying. And I ended up getting into the show though. And then they made me turn it off. I don't know how they're gonna do this one. They're like, we're gonna put on something from Discovery Channel. I'm like, yes, all-nighter, baby. Once those Ambien kick in, dude, you bored and you tired and you start yawning, you going night-night. If you don't, you're gonna start hallucinating, dude. You got problems. And trust me, yes, I know this. You take Ambien and you don't fall asleep, bro. Shit goes weird. Shit goes weird fast. One time it was a long time ago, and a long time ago, I was sitting there and I took my Ambien to go to sleep. So I used to have wicked sleep problems, and I forgot that I had taken it, and I was sat down and I was like just dinking around on my computer doing stuff and starting to work and relaxing and just kind of chilling. And I forgot, but I just, you know when you're tired sometimes on the computer, but you know you don't have anything to do the next day, you just don't care, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I'll catch up on my sleep, whatever, right? And I'm sitting there, and it's like 4 in the morning. I took my Ambien at like 7, dude, and I'm like fighting not going to sleep. I'm just like, yeah. And I looked over. I looked over next to me. I looked over next to me, and I looked over and Jasper, my dog, he looked like he was the size of an ant, dude. And like, I was like, I started tripping, dude. I was like, I was tripping hard. I thought he was the size of an ant. So like in my brain, I'm like, I gotta protect him. But he's running around the house like a little Super Saiyan savage rabid dog. Cause he was like young at the time. I think he was probably like 2. And he's like, Dad wants to play. And so he's running around. So he looked like this little tiny ant, bro. I was tripping hard, man. I ended up waking up and I was passed out on my floor, bro. I was like, no more Ambien. No more. No. That's not cool, man. Like crawled up on the floor in the corner. Josh was looking at me like, what the shit, dude? You damn schmore. I need to go over. I need to take down this box here and drive over there. Yeah, dude, don't do Ambien and try to stay up. It's not fun. It's not really a good experience. As much as the TV shows and the movies make it seem like it's fun, it's not. Don't do it. But it's not good to get hooked on sleep aids, man. You want to be able to naturally go to sleep. It'll make you watch a Hydroneer playlist that will send you off. Yeah. Watch me play, man. It's like paint drying. Go. What's the plan to get down to the next phase in the mine? So right now we're just we're cutting out the very first part of this, and then we're gonna delete all these tiles, and I'm gonna make a spiral mine. I was gonna do it bench style with a switchback on the one side, so we can get a little bit more depth down. But I think I'm just gonna do a spiral. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on this side over here where the road comes down, right? And we're gonna push this path in, and we're gonna go this way all the way down the canyon, and then we're gonna go around the corner of the backside and then over this way and in. This area is kind of a station area anyways, right here. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be building like a vehicle storage and things like that down here as well too. So also we have the entrance to the underground mine right here. The underground mine. So this entrance right here. So we're thinking possibly putting a like I say, like a building storage here down in this area. So because this area is not really part of the mine anymore. The open pit mine is going to be everything pretty much past right here, this wall. It goes that way. All right, so anything over here is all just gonna be like vehicle storage and stuff like that. We'll build that all cool and make it look good. But this part of the mine is gonna be the open pit side. So. And we'll do a spiral up and out, or all the way down, spiraling around the inside, and inside just going all the way down in. It's kind of my thought on the mine, because you know things change all the time, but I was like, you know, what do I actually want to accomplish and get done with? Because this is we're calling this season 1 or season 2 of Out of Ore for the channel, right? So the big hilltop quarry, that's why we started it over, and then we're also running a separate series in it. That's why that's blocked off over there, so you can't see it. How much work I've done on the underground. So I'm trying to postpone that as much as possible, so that way when the underground mining stuff patch does come out, we have a place to play in it with the videos, and then we'll do some fun stuff. Whether or not you guys, we'll do some fun stuff. Whether or not I do a live stream in the underground mine. So, yeah, it's kind of a you know. I try to get there with the content and keeping the live streams fun and the series followable, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people have a hard time following these big series that we do with the playlists, because they're just so many hours, right? So it's just, guys, some people are just like, dude, I don't really care about all the talking. I'm not there to, I just want to watch the progress. I don't care about like the bullshit you guys are talking about half the time. Some of you guys are like, I want to hit every live stream. We gotta talk about this stuff. So there's two different types of, you know, viewers, right? So I'm trying to just accommodate everything there, because we can, right? We're live streamers too, right? And I want to also work on videos, but I prefer live streaming over videos. So videos kind of get pushed to the wayside when we're doing these heavy big pushes and all this work gets done and stuff. So, but I know a lot of you guys are really interested to see what's inside that tunnel, or inside the underground thing. So next week we'll put out a next week I'll put out a video for the tunnel. I do got to prep before we get all the new stuff, so kind of keep you guys informed what's going on. And like, I didn't even touch this game for 3 weeks when I was sick, right? So we gotta hurry up. There's no way I'm not done with this first upper bench before open pit mining equipment and stuff, whatever the hell that is, open pit mine is coming out, right? So no way in hell. pack it up if that's the case. Holy cow. Yeah, I need to stop digging on that side over there and dig over here. Because we gotta get the wall done. I keep on moving what I needed to do. Keep taking hits from way over here. I don't need to be taking hits from over. Now we're gonna knock it down with explosives. Dig, 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 dig. Undercut, undercut, undercut. Knock it down with explosives. Rinse and repeat. Got a nice little operation going right now. Everything's moving pretty good. We've moved a lot of dirt in the last 4 hours. We did move a lot, like the last 4 hours. So yesterday's stream, moved out all this. Kind of got the road blocked in. Okay, put a couple there. Go ahead and drop a save. Let this all decay first, and then we'll drop a save. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. About a minute. We gotta wait about a minute here, guys. Got my full attention now because we gotta wait anyways. We gotta actually hold on. I gotta knock that crap ass dirt down here. 1 second. Still got stuff getting remerged to the ground, so let it all come down. There we go. Much better. And let's go slap our blocks in place while we're waiting anyways. Okay. Beautiful. Take it. Slap as many blocks in here as possible. So when we're working, we don't need to worry about it. Now, normally I would just free dig this. There is a reason why I'm adding so many blocks. I'm just not leaking it out now. There is a reason why I'm adding all the blocks. And it's for something later. It's not really because it makes it, it's like 50-50 for me. Not because I really am trying to like just work faster. It's more just because I want to do something later and I need everything to line up properly. Like everything's got to be proper, right? Or else it's going to be a giant cluster fail. And I'm going to have to take like 20 hours to delete blocks and rebuild things. So yeah. There is a method to it. It's just it'll come out way later towards the end of the project, so I can't jump up there. Oh. Yeah, I just need to make sure everything is symmetrical and lined up properly. So that's why I'm kind of like a stickler when it comes to making sure all my blocks are properly snapped, and that way later on down the road it's not off. But by the time I go to build what I want to do, it's gonna be a little too late, you know what I mean? I don't make it right now, it's gonna be wrong later. Lock into place, dirt. Yeah, so this, I mean, we're still trying to cut the perimeter and do a couple things, but once I do the perimeter cut, there's going to be a massive change. Once I do the first cut perimeter, everything will there'll be a big giant thing going on. Got to do something crazy, right? Quiet today. Super quiet today. Okay, we're getting close to where we're gonna start hauling dirt up this this ramp here. $120. No. Sorry. Go split, dude. 128-hour stream. Yeah, no. Dude, I had to get like super recovered before I even tried to do a 24-hour stream or even a 12-hour stream. Like these 8-hour streams here, man, since I've been sick, been like kind of rough, dude. 8-hour days. Oof. All right, let's roll that. It's about ready time for the dozer to come out and the floor tiles, so yep, I think it's time. The force is strong with the dozer. Yeah, that was really weird. What if it does it again today? Nope. Extend out the floor grid. All right. Dude, yeah, the dozers. I love the dozer. I like the dozer because I do like a little bit of deletion. I think when the dozers, like when you're pushing with the dozer, there should be an acceptable amount of deletion, right? So, hell, I lined up something's not lined up here properly. That, even though these were gonna get deleted, but hey, whatever. Still, a little butthole for today. Wrong. Huh? Oh. Okay, keep on clicking these tiles and oh, it's the whole spot over here. What? Did I seriously go through was it 500 that I bought the other day? Jesus, holy cow, man. That means that just kind of shows how much dirt you're moving. You're putting down 500-600 tiles in a day. Let's see here. Another thing I'm doing too is I'm also using the floor tiles as a measurement device. So later on I can tell you the exact numbers of the dimension and everything like that, right? So wow. You big nerd. 50,000 ounces. Who? 50,000. Water. The Dozer is just so nice. Now, you see what I mean about leveling? If you're using floor tiles and the Dozer, dude, it's a joke. It's so nice. And that's why I was saying it's easier to doze using where your tracks orientation is versus the blade. Because your blade follows your tracks pretty much, right? Not the other way around. You think it's the other way around, but realistically, I mean, it is theoretically, but it does work better if you watch where your tracks are. Any divot where your tracks are going to be, it's going to compound out onto your blade, right? So I always try to make sure that my tracks are on the surface that I want to make of my blade. That way I don't need to move my blade as much, right? So that's the same technique I use in even when I'm dozing without the floor tiles. You guys keep wondering how I get things so smooth. It's because when I set my blade, I tend to leave it where it's at, and I only tend to go up one or down one, depending on if I need to make a micro adjustment. Now at the end of my push, I'll either hold all the way down and do this, or I'll lift up as I go at the end of my turn. But I always will come down to the center. I'll find the spot where it adjusts on the ground with the blade, right? So, and that just comes with finessing the blade, knowing the piece of equipment, right? But it's constantly changing, so it's kind of like a constant relearning every time a tweak or a patch is put out for these pieces of equipment. So I'm just used to using, like, pushing around voxel in these games, so it's kind of like the same thing every time for me. I get how it can be kind of annoying. The Dozer is kind of hard for a lot of people to use in most games. So, all right, there we go. Let's go ahead and drop a save now. Just did a lot of work right there in a really quick, short period of time, and we would hate to lose that. So, game's taking its sweet time to do its thing. All right. And we need to bring the front end loader in and scab that wall out. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Not doing too bad for not using any landscaping tools, right? Looking good. Hey, get out of my bucket. Can't quite reach it, but that's okay. We can always blast it. Now, when I move this, I'm actually going to just keep moving this down the cut, right? I might even bend past this, I might actually go up and over and make a little tunnel to come under so I don't have to keep wrecking my thing. I need to work all the way. I might just, I might just go all the way down one side first. I might go down this side first, and there's a reason for it. The reason for me going down this side first versus the other is because the tunnel, the underground mining equipment, right? So I need to get this wall done first. But maybe this week I focus on this wall and go all the way down and make the corner instead of doing that side over there as well, because I need to block off that side because of the underground. Gotta be very strategic here of what I'm doing because the patches. So go ahead and cut that in there. Looking good. It'll be really nice to be able to use the rock trucks again here coming up after this patch. Getting all that damn dirt deleted out of it. Oh, bummer. We love us some excavator rock truck action, right? That's a hard rock layer right there. And right in my push. Getting kind of far away from that wall. That's right. There we go. The excavator rock truck combos like PB&J. Damn right, bro. It's so good, man. I love the excavator, dude. That's one thing is the excavator's gotta be in any game that I play, man. I really hope the excavator play is good, because if the excavator plays bad, then it just forces you to use the front end loaders all the time. Because front end loaders seem to be a little easier for developers to deal with. It seems like every game that I've played that has to do with heavy equipment, the front end loaders always work better than the excavators. Always. It's like the devs favor the front end loaders, right? Like, nah, it's just they're a lot more difficult. There's a lot more things going on with them, right? So. Yeah. The construction sim did a good job at their heavy equipment. It's just sad there's not very much dirt to move. Even when on the big jobs and on the... I'm about to blast that. Even on the big jobs, it's still not that much work. Like, Dopey and I just tore through all the jobs that had to do with excavator and moving dirt. Even on the hardest difficulty, we just destroyed it. Got rich paving roads, all the equipment to do everything else. Yeah, we just crushed it, dude. We crushed it hard. Doing everything on hard was insane money. We had so much money we didn't even ever care to go pick up the stuff. We just auto bought it out of the truck instead of driving all the way over to grab it because we were just smashing through it, right? Oh, that sheet. Buy whatever we need, sell whatever we need right out of the truck. I still think the cargo container building is probably one of the worst ones to do. The cargo hotel on hard, dude, annoying. Yeah, it's all. The only thing I have a problem with is their multiplayer is very like. It's not tuned correctly for the amount of players you have. It seems like someone's always either just standing around doing nothing, or you know what I mean. It's like, ugh, it's kind of weird. Come on. Dig. What's up, chat? All these people keep coming in and keep leaving. What's going on, guys? Smash that like button if you guys are new here. Say what's up in the chat. Say hi. Don't be afraid. It's okay. We're only just moving dirt. I know it's boring. Bro, I saw a thing on posted nice Rice Krispie treats, gave it a go, and holy smokes, fat guy happy dance. Dude, Rice Krispies aren't too bad, man. I do like them. I do like Rice Krispies. They're pretty banging. If you guys like digging holes and you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't be shy in the chat if you're new. We love helping people out, talking about the game. When there's nobody talking about the game, we generally just talk about random crap here, so feel free to chit chat a little bit and see what's going on. Hello. Meet some new friends. Mason. What's up, dude? Is that the rock that is needed to be blasted for mining? Yes. Now, currently right now, you can see what I'm doing is I'm actually kind of stuck in it. So if you have, let me explain here real quick. If you have a piece of dirt that's like right here, this here real quick, one second. So you have, this is blasted rock. This is what blasted rock looks like. I'll subscribe if you tell me the name of the game. It's Out of Ore. Pretty simple, right? It is Out of Ore. So this is blasted rock right here, right? This is solid rock right here. Right, this is solid rock. It's blasted. And if you have a piece of dirt near it or any other material that can be moved with the blade, at the moment, it'll just push it up through and convert it and you can dig it. And this material here will turn into solid rock, which is, I don't think you should be able to do that, honestly. I think this layer should be, it has to be changed state first, right? So it's kind of a little bit of a, it needs to be tweaked a little bit still. Like, because this can be manipulated by manipulating the dirt or something around it. But however, the value in these boulders up here is still, it's not blasted rock, it's solid rock. If you were to look at it in a container, it would just be solid rock. It wouldn't be blasted rock. So blasted rock goes through your plant. Matter of fact, we'll go check that here in a second. Check that right now, actually. Because we actually didn't do a cleanup at the end of yesterday's stream. So it should be about it should be 3 hours on the box right now. So go, let's actually go check that out real quick. Show you guys the plant. Damn, doors keep closing. Automatic doors, apparently. All right, so this is my plant setup right here real quick here. We got the trommel coming in. We have the wash area, so any pay dirt, any dirt will be coming, gets sorted out in this process. So all big material and everything else goes out the top. Everything that's pay dirt and dirt goes through this, which is the wash plant, right? There shouldn't be very much in here, which there's not, because I'm not running pay dirt right now. So pay dirt gets washed through this little wash plant thing. Coming down, and it gets collected in this box. So we have so everything else goes up the chute. That'd be rock, any other big giant minerals like rhodium, platinum, things like that will all get sorted out. It'll go up the chute and it'll go into a cone crusher. So jaw crusher. The jaw crusher crush everything that is blasted rock or hard rock into, well, crushed rock. And then the crushed rock goes into this, which is a fractioner, and then it turns crushed rock into, it finds all the little other material in there like rhodium and all that other stuff will go into there, the other metals. Then it gets sorted again through the trommel. So all heavies and solid good stuff will come out the top, and all the junkier stuff will come out the bottom. So when you look into these boxes, this is where you're going to find your coal. You're going to find the gravel, which is the leftover for your material. And then you're also going to find in your upper box coming out of your trommel, you're going to find all your good stuff. Right now, however, right now, the highest value thing you can get that you can push through your plant would be, there's two things. The highest value on this map is going to be coal, which I'm not mining right now because it's just not there. And you're going to be finding gravel. Gravel's going to be the biggest bang for your buck at the moment. And well, as you can tell, we have a lot of it, so we'll show you what it is. We'll do a sale right now. So there's 1.1 million for 39,000 whatever it is. So we can take that. Coal comes into play too as well, so we'll go ahead and sell all that. Some of this is from last night as well, so we're running a lot of blasted rock right now through the wash plant, which makes a ton of gravel. Gravel seems to be way too overpowered right now. It needs to be toned down a little bit. Right now, since we're not in a there's no real progression in the game. It's just starting and playing and digging and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter. But all of my better stuff, which was all this stuff, was nerfed down in price. It's still a lot of it, but it's still pretty high in price. It doesn't take that long to get this stuff up and running. It does take around 15 hours if you're starting on default mode right now. So if you're not running on creative mode, this is going to take you, if you're fast at putting dirt into the box and you know what you're putting into the box to get money, it should take you around 15 to 20 hours to get a full setup running where you're making good money. If you're not on creative mode, you're just on normal default play mode. You take your $1 million loan. It should take you, like I said, about 15 to 20 hours if you're good at putting dirt in the box and getting it going, right? Go and sell this as well. And we're at 1.5 million right now. And let's go ahead and drop this one as well. Just clean all the boxes out. This does not, because we're not running pay dirt right now. When we run pay dirt, this box is a little bit more full than this. And the reason why is because, I'll show you here. Reason why is because when you run material that is this, and this came with the new geology patch, the ground is speckled like this. See, this is coal right here, and it's all just snaked through. There's no big nodes anymore. These big solid nodes. Well, this top layer up here is just dirt. Once you dig down deep enough, there's actual what they call pay dirt, and pay dirt is what contains diamonds, rubies, gold, and jade. Right, so that's where you're going to get those things in that little wash plant and the wash plant box off the back of the wash plant. But right now, I have two mines. I have a gravel mine, and down here we've started the underground pit. Right, so if I can jump up here. That way I can, on this one save, I can do the best of both worlds. Right, I don't got to dig all the stuff down to get to my pay. I've already just undercut it underneath, right? So I'm not showing what's inside here, as I have it blocked off right now for the video's purposes, but inside here is my underground mine, which skips all the the dirt on the top, so I'm underground. I don't gotta excavate that. I don't gotta spend 10-15 hours moving all that dirt. Right, so, and it's also cool because it's underground too, right? Yeah, that's kind of how everything works in the game right now. Pretty chill. Hopefully it helped some of you guys a little bit, kind of understand what the game is. There's continual patches for the game coming out. We were supposed to have one Saturday, but it got delayed to middle of the week. As well as we have underground mining stuff coming and giant open pit mining equipment coming, hopefully here within probably the next 3 months. So this next 3 months is gonna be a banger, dude. It's gonna be banging. I was also told some stuff today that I can't leak, obviously, but you guys are gonna be very happy with the stuff that they're working on. Very, very happy, dudes. Came from the developer. I can guarantee you guys will be happy with the next few patches. A lot of you guys, a lot of stuff we've theory crafted and stuff like that, things that they've already been planning on working on for quite a long time. And, you know, that's huge for the game. I can't wait to showcase it for you guys. And have Christian on for more Q&As when we're talking about these things and showing them out. Did you say tomorrow's update was pushed back? Yes. Christian today put up in the Steam thing that the patch is delayed to midweek. There's some things that we got to work on still. And things that have to be tested out, so. Some problems came up with the stuff, and it needs to be tweaked a little bit better. So. The boys will be working real hard this weekend to get a good solid thing. He just has more time. He needs more time, right? He needs another, 5 days or so, 4 or 5 days. And I can confirm, I played it early this morning. It definitely needs that time, guys. So some things definitely need to be ironed out. And that's for the best, though. Like I said, we want the patches to be as close. We don't want them to be slopped out there, right? As players, I'm not even talking as testers, just as players. The game is constantly in change, but things will change a lot. But making sure the game is playable and close to where it needs to be is important. It's not going to be perfect, guys, and I think a lot of people don't understand that the game is, so many things are being changed, so many things are going to be added, right? That some of these things are just placeholders that we're playing with, right? Like some of the dirt mechanics and things like that, right? So let's just make sure we keep that in mind, and which is a good thing, because the game, dude, like, I have no worries. Even if the game was to stay exactly the way it is, it'd be fun. It's a fun game. Fun to move stuff around and dig and change dirt. But some people get a little upset and they're like, oh, this is crappy. It was nice one day and it was crappy the next day. I mean, you're entitled to that and stuff like that, but we all know it's gonna be fixed. Like we haven't he's not done anything that he's not done anything that he didn't say he was gonna do. And he's fixed majority of things and have tweaked it, or is ongoing. It's ongoing in its work and progress, right? So at least the game's been playable. It would be horrible to patch something in or update something, then all of a sudden the game doesn't work for shit, like, at all. And that's kind of what happened with the first version of the game, right? the first rework, before the rework, right? We were all like, the wash plants didn't work properly. It made you lag. You could only run for so many minutes and you had to stop, let everything process, save, close your game. You know, we had to do all these workarounds. Now we don't have to really do any of those workarounds. But that is a huge, massive change from when we started playing in October and November, right? So the games came a long way in November. Since November, right? Since we all first got it, we all picked it up. And, or we got it because we bought the original game. You know, however you acquired it. So it's done a massive change since then. Big, big, big time. Right? And now it's like now it's a lot more stable, as you can tell, which is awesome. That's what I'm stoked about. It's more stable. We can play these saves longer. You know what I mean? There's certain things in the industry that are changing as well that he's waiting for as well. Right? Like, and other games are waiting for it as well too, like Hydroneer and a lot of other games that use Voxel Plugin Pro. Voxel Plugin Pro 2.0 is what a lot of indie developers are waiting for right now to advance their game and make it a lot easier and better and run smoother. And there's a lot more cool features that are in Voxel Plugin Pro 2.0. I know myself because I actually do a little bit of development work for and testing for Voxel Plugin Pro. So it's very there's a lot of cool stuff that they're gonna be able to do. And a lot of the old stuff works a lot better in Voxel Plugin Pro 2.0, which is what a lot of these guys use. So all the physics for the dirt and the dirt itself is all ran through a plugin that is used on that Unreal uses, that they all use to develop their games. So a lot of people use it. Gotta go to sleep, man. Dude, Steve, dude, thanks for coming and hanging out, buddy. Up in 5 hours for work, dude. Good, well, yeah, dude, definitely, man. Thank you much for the best wishes, dude. Appreciate that, man. Catch you guys on. I'll get you on Monday, buddy. So a lot of those changes, I don't know. It'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see him upgrade the game to Unreal 5 when Voxel Plugin Pro 2.0 comes out. It'd be nice to see that. It'd be nice to see like rework 3, because look how long it's been for Hydroneer, right? They're sitting there like making a million excuses, and all these other guys are making a million excuses. Christian just does it. He's just like, oh, okay, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're not gonna sit here and take 5 years and just tell you we're gonna do it within the next year or two. He just does it, right? So I would be super excited to see, because I know the potential of and have worked with Unreal 5.2. I've even worked with 5.3 Unreal, and it's amazing what you can do with procedurally generated anything at a super high quality with all this new tech. So it'd be kind of cool to see him go to Unreal 5.2 and do Voxel Plugin Pro 2.0 all at the same time in one shot. That'd be a massive rework. But if he gets all this stuff out first, he'll have a lot of time, because we'll have a lot of time to play with all this new stuff that they plan on doing, right? So before that time frame, and you know, that's just industry stuff, right, that I know from development stuff that I've done. So I don't know if he's going to do it or not, or if we, you know, it'd be awesome to see, because then we'd have a mining game that is on current gen, that is running the current voxel, and it's ready to go. And they do a great job of adding all the machinery, and everything that they've been adding they've been doing really well. For an indie team, he's been doing really well. Hey, cup of coffee, man. Thank you much, dude, for that tenner, bro. Sure, TTS will read it out, but I'll read it out. Loving your stream, Split. The no BS way you interact with the chat is so refreshing. Hey, man, it's always been trying to keep it real, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Loving your stream, Split. The no BS way you interact with the chat is refreshing.
Oh, thank you much, man. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, just try to, I mean, we all have these thoughts, right? And a lot of people want to go out and rant and stuff like that. I'd rather keep it positive. And with my experience that I've done in deving and concepts and games in this genre, like Gold Rush and stuff, the 7 years that I was, you know, pretty much testing and giving them input and stuff like that, from a real world experience to the game to game, and also trying to keep it not like, you know, just super simulator nerded out where nobody wants to play these games, has kind of been my thing, you know. And I feel feel like, you know, I'm kind of like the in between the most of these type of dev teams and you guys. That's why I love asking you guys questions of how you guys feel about it, because it's not, I'd rather see a lot of people love and enjoy these games like I do, right? And while I may be able to do these things and you guys are like, I don't even know how you do that, how do you even use the equipment without even looking at the screen? And it seems like it comes so natural to you. The better the game is and the better the game is tuned, the more you guys will be able to do that. And that's what I like. That's what I want to see out of any of these type of games, whether it's Gold Rush coming back and doing stuff with their game, whether it's Out of Ore, you know what I mean? So, because they're the only two real games which of note right now that are anything of anything, right? You got the OG Gold Rush, right, which is just very niche gold mining, running lots of yardage, setting up your wash plants and stuff. And then you have Out of Ore, which is this big sandbox, heavy equipment, you know, dream that we've all kind of wanted for a really long time, mixed with like an automated kind of wash plant thing, you know? So, which I'm sure a lot of that stuff's going to get dialed in over the next few years, but right now, I'll take it, man. It's going good. It's fun. It's been fun to interact with the community. It's been it's been refreshing. Honestly, it really has been refreshing for myself as well. With the GR development team being so inactive over the last like 4 years, it's been kind of rough for a channel which based their content off of one game. So me moving to a whole new game and kind of end up doing the same thing I used to do there is kind of, I don't know, I guess it's good. It's a good move. It was a really good move for me, and hopefully it was a good move for all of the GR players that do like to follow me. I know a lot of you guys are playing this game, or you're waiting to play it till it gets to a certain point. You think it's a little too early, which I completely respect, and it's true, right? There's no you know what I mean, anything crazy there. Like, I just trying to keep it real, man, 24/7 dude, on this dude, because it's like, you know, I was really looking forward to the other competitor that was trying to come out, but with all the lies and mistrust and just horrible coding and just horrible business ethics, I could not follow Gold Hunter. They blatantly, I applied for to be a content creator for them, and I would love to have done the same thing that I've done in the industry with this genre, but they blatantly just told me I wasn't a content creator, and I'm a YouTuber, I'm not a streamer, so therefore I can't be a part of their little clique they had. And yeah, I understand why. A bunch of drama, a bunch of bullshit. But some people can't handle the truth, right? They can't handle somebody saying, you know, hey, this is ass, bro. Like, this has got to be changed. You know, I don't have time to sit there and kiss your ass to tell you how to do something. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm just going to tell you how it is. And if they can't handle it, then too bad. Like, don't be crybaby. Like, you know, I shouldn't have to write like 400-page thing for you to figure something out, right? Like, and that would have been more of that with that bullshit. So while they've made efforts to try to make their game good, Christian has destroyed them in the matter of months. And, you know, you can hide behind the fact of lying about it's the engine's fault, or it's this fault, or it's this fault. I just, you know, I don't care. Christian doesn't make those excuses, right? So that's why I'm glad to follow this game and be honest with you guys about it. Like in the beginning, you guys probably heard my first video, right? You guys heard my first video. I was like, all right, here's this game. It's called Out of Ore. I guess I'll play it. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I was not really enthused to kick back and start up a new thing, right? Gold Rush was my thing for many years, and it did very well for me. And you know, here's a competitor coming in and in the space of heavy equipment and mining and moving dirt and voxels, and this is kind of, you know, kind of just something new. Sometimes it's hard to change onto something new and move along, but I'm glad that I did. I'm definitely glad I did, because look at all the new people we've met, right? We had over 3,000 subscribers, almost like 4,000 by now, just because of Out of Ore. So it's a huge influx of people. It's taken over the channel. Most days we have around 40 to 60 people watching. Today's a little on the slow side, but it's also a Friday and the weather's nice. And, you know, get out there and do your doing, right? I was also gone for 3 weeks being sick, so people might have thought I died. Is he still alive, bro? Yeah, man, it's good. It's good. It's good times. I'm having a blast with it. I felt so bad today. I was like, you know, I felt super bad. I was like, you know, I've been gone for like 3 weeks. You know, I tried my best to get in and test and give my opinion, and try my best to communicate with you guys when it comes to what, you know, just theory crafting the game. Because like I was just saying earlier here, it's I don't care personally if my ideas are added to a game. It's just I want to see everybody enjoy these type of games, and if I can use my expertise, then, you know, to help out, then cool. I'm not gonna get butthurt if something I say is not taken or used, right? Like when I'm playing with something, if something feels janky or something feels weird, I'll just be like, you know, hey, this feels a little odd. It feels off. It doesn't feel quite right, you know? Makes sense now? Is your ghost playing? Yep. My keyboard just naturally has its own thing now, and it's not even me. I'm from the nether right now. What's up, JJ? Man, I'm so far away from this box, dude. Just move the box over. What time do we got here? We got 3 o'clock, so I got about 2 hours of stream, dudes. I got about 2 hours of stream, and then I got to hit to the hospital and go check in, so. Don't worry, though. Plenty of streams next week, dudes. This week was kind of like my first week back. Not quite too sure what's going on. Everything's all crazy. But I think we did well for our first week back. Had to get some good streams. Progression done on the mine site. All right, now what we're going to do now is we are going to remove some of these blocks here. When we feather this dirt out, it doesn't get deleted. Right? We actually want to come back on this dirt. I know it seems weird to be like, hey, you just put those blocks down. Well, that's because we got to push it. Well, give me a good feather in here. And then we can always place bricks back once we're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to need to come in here and swoop down this way. Dang, it's 93 at work today for you? Holy crap, dude. 82 in my office. Oh, it is. It's a little on the warm side. I was wondering why it was a little hot in here. All right, so we're going to leave this wall right here, right? This wall's good to go. Okay, so we're going to be trying to go down and turn this way. So we want a little bit more floor tiles deleted on this side. You icky. Yeah, man, it's freaking hot in here, dude. We're going to be turning this way down. Go ahead and build this wall out real quick here. Now, I don't know. I do streaming a little different than most people. I try not to spam you guys with the whole like and subscribe crap constantly or anything like that. We really don't have any gimmicks on the channel, you know what I mean? Other than lately, apparently you guys like to bribe me, stay playing certain games instead of playing other games when I have a scheduled time change. You know, that's about the only gimmick we really have here lately, which is that it always ends up to you guys just making me play Out of Ore longer. So, hey, whatever. I'm not gonna complain, right? But other than that, I mean, I think most stuff that most content creators do, I find cringy, just because I am a viewer over anything else. I've viewed content for many years, and the shit that you guys hate, I just hate doing it myself. So why would I do it if I hate it? But I find it cringy as shit, and I just don't like. I mean, obviously I have to do it, you know. Every once in a while, I'll be like, yo, smash the like button, right? But subscribe, please. But not like, I'm not gonna think and do it constantly. Ram it down your guys' face. I think you can wait till tomorrow, dude. Okay, I'll tell you what fans work really good. You know those Lasco fans? LASKO. Those things are like, they're like 80 bucks. And when you're working in the garage, just get like 2 of them, crack your door, and just put them under the door, sucking all the hot air out, dude. That'll work great if you're in a garage, like a shop environment. They're like 80 bucks a fan, man. Actually, I have one right behind me right now. On low, it doesn't really pick up very much, so it blows a ton of air. On high, man, I think it's like a freaking, sounds like a freaking jet turbine. Turbine going on, you know? It wouldn't be a turbine, it'd be a turbine. There you go. All right, let's push this out here. Like, bro, it's not a turbine, dude. I mean, this path doesn't have to be beautiful. It just needs to work. We're gonna round this corner here. I'm gonna lift the blade as I round because I don't want to tilt. Yeah, for you, you're kind of screwed. What's up, Pat? I need to get this thing turned here. Oh, am I stuck? I'm stuck. This is a tough one. It's a tight turn. And it's sloped. We're gonna rough it in first. We gotta make it wider though. We can't make it, it can't be, the trucks will just mess up. We gotta make this thing a little wider here, right? Like, it's kind of like that. Right? And I'm gonna tilt my blade a little bit here because we want to push down. And I'm gonna spin it and kind of feather it out a little bit. Yo, what's up, Mike? I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing a little better than I was the last couple weeks, but doing better. Shit, I dug in too far. That's okay. I'll tilt up. It's hard to free these, do these by, hey man, you really gotta be in it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus here to get this, rough cut in here. Woo, that's not bad looking. Freed it in, man. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block in my bend. Make sure we got enough room for a rock truck. If I can get the dozer through, we're good. This will protect my my edge. Oh yeah, more than enough room. So straighten my blade out. Should be able to work that with the rock truck, no problem. Just come down here and smooth this out real quick. And give a little smash there, let it build back up. All right, let's tilt my blade this way here and try to knock off this, Alrighty. We can always put a little dirt in there with the rock truck and then roll it out. Okay. And we'll bring the rock truck over here. Since it's a very short distance right now, if you're on the current live build, guys, short distance traveled with your rock truck, we're talking maybe 4 rock trucks in length away from where you dug it. Because wherever you dug it out, if you go any more than 4 rock trucks lengths away, it'll delete a bunch out the top of your truck. So let's go ahead and smash her down. Let's get the excavator over here. We'll start filling this thing up. I could just use the there to there. It's about where we need it. I don't really care if we delete too much out. It's not that big of a deal. Keep on moving that dirt. And that is the start. No. Get back up on there. All right. And that is going to be the start of the ramp that goes and spirals down around the mine. Hopefully we don't get any bigger rock trucks soon, or else I'm going to have to do a little bit more redesigning. Whoopsie, right? Imagine if we got like 100 ton. I don't think 100 tons fitting through here. Little on the big side. All right, come on, buddy. All right, so we got a spot to fill in right there. The diggy, yeah, man. For about the next hour and 40 minutes. Do all my shifts. All right, let's go ahead and bring the excavator over. Just working on the mine. How you doing, Defiant? Doing all right, man. Got some stuff I gotta take care of health-wise here this weekend, but other than that, man, doing pretty good. Trying to get my strength back and doing a little food chopping. Crawl, baby, crawl. Oh, nice. Yeah, we got a blast. Gotta break some stuff loose here. Gotta turn into blasted rock. All right, let's go drop a save real quick here. Last thing we want to have to do is get something perfect the way you like it, and then all of a sudden crash. You're like, no. It's the worst. As with any digging game, don't matter what it is. It's any game, man. It sucks losing progress. Just kind of nib this down. Whoa, voxel explosion. Holy. Well, we got some in the truck at least. Yeah, just converting it. Yeah, I really haven't had any crashes either myself. Dopey's packing for the hospital trip here, so that's what she's doing today and this week. She's been preparing for all that this week here, so that's why she didn't really stream too much. But she'll be back streaming next week too, so playing a couple games she's got. And so we're just gonna dump this all right here. Gonna go in and kind of fill up some low spots in there today. All these damn equipment around here. Park the dozer there. He'd be fired. Oh, you guys wonder how I was gonna do all that, making it look like it's always that like 10 hours worth of work and then like 40 minutes worth of, oh, now I understand what you were doing this whole time. It seems that's how this game seems to always work, right? It was like 30-40 hours worth of me building this thing, and then all of a sudden it's like 2 hours worth of building. It's like, okay, I see. Especially on these bigger projects, right? Like, I get it now. Oh. Yo, what's up, Tez? Yeah, let's just take the thing here and scoop that down a little bit. We're actually just gonna, we want it to fall out of the truck. Yeah, that's how far we got away. See that? That side was a little on the narrow side, so that's why we're gonna raise that up a little bit. It was like a little slanted, a little too much. So on whatever side's the low side, I'll just drop dirt in there, right? Or drop rock in there, and then we'll flatten it out, raise it up a little bit. So. Because there was a wicked curve to the right on the right hand side of this, right? So like the slope of the road. Now see, now it's a little bit more flat. It's not as like, yeah, it's kind of pitchy and stuff like that, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Like, I can always bring a grader or anything like that, but I'm not worried about it really. As long as the rock truck can go up and down it, that's all I care. Or any equipment that I'm bringing up here. Hopefully this doesn't mess up. Don't fall through the world here. I have to be careful because my tunnel's underneath of there. Very tight fit. You can always fill all these little holes and stuff later. It's not a big deal. All right, that's not too bad for now. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now the thing is did I make it wide enough? Do I need to make it a little wider? If I can do that, I can do that later. It's not a big deal. Right, I can always just move this over like here. We can make a little bit more of a bigger bend around going around the corner. So we'll see how we can take a rock truck on this. We'll obviously have to hug one side going up this path to make these bends. Looks fine to me. That's a little rough, so we're going to need to bring and fill that in a little bit. A little rough over here. We'll have to fill all that in. I would say overall it's about 75% where it needs to be. It's a little rough in certain spots. It's not like perfectly sloped and stuff like that, but it gets the job done. All right, especially for free dozing and stuff like that, right? Not using like sloped blocks to drive on or anything like that, right? So that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to build like everything out of sloped blocks. So and I know the big dozer will come in down here. This has got to be fixed, but I gotta finesse that right now. So I'm mainly worried about this bend at the moment, how all this is working down here, and it's actually not that bad. I just gotta fill a couple spots in, but I'm not worried about it. I'll call that good for right now. We can drive down in, we can get everything good to go. So eventually this road, this site's gonna go, when we're driving in, you know, when we're working, we're going to be going this way forward, right? We're going to go all the way to the point where I'm going to bend and turn. We're going to go around a corner again. And then we're going to be on the other side. We're going to be going down the back wall, right? So, or I make switchbacks and I just go down and around and down and down and down and down and down and down and dig that way. But I'm thinking I might just go all the way around in like a little spiral mine. Not too big of a crazy mine, but the pit's going to be okay. I mean, if we're looking width-wise, we're looking... Hold on here. I have to count the blocks. Shit. Well, let me count the blocks and I'll tell you how big the pit's going to be. I believe the last time I counted it was like 40, so it'd be 80 meters. Was it 80 meters? No, was it 2? Something like that. We'll do the math later. All right, so if my average road is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? About 6. The other side, so now we're gonna have, let's see, we gotta count this. 1, 50. These are 2-meter blocks, right? Equivalent. So it'd be roughly about 328 feet wide, but then spiraling down. So we're gonna be able to get, if you count the spirals, right? If the spirals are 5 wide roughly, we're gonna be able to go down roughly 5 times, 5 or 6 times, maybe 7, depending on how steep I make the last little road. So this thing's just gonna be like just stacked all, you know, pretty decent sized little pit going down. Right now I could always make it wider to make the pit bigger, like lengthwise down this canyon, right? So right now I could, so these lines, these are all squared, right? So that's how I know the math is there. And so this line's cutting in here, right? This is going all the way, down here. So this is how long it's going to be. Sounds like 100 to 150 hour project, good sir. Yes. The second layer is going to be the most brutal. The second layer is going to be the most brutal. Reason why is because it's going to have the most surface area. As we go down, it'll be a lot easier because it's going to get smaller as we go down, right? But the mine's going to be all the way about to here. You can see I'm offline, right? So now we got to go up this way. It's squared into the mountain, right? So holy shit, dude. Like it'll be all the way up here like this. You look down that line right there. It'll be all the way up here. This thing's gonna be cutting in straight. So, damn, it's coming all the way over here, boys. We're gonna go to right here. So the wall's gonna come to like pretty much right here, and then we're gonna go straight this way. It's gonna be straightened, and whatever the straight looks like, and it's gonna connect with that wall over there, which is coming all the way down this canyon this way. Right, so now I might put a curveball in it, and I might follow the gravel, so it may not be a straight thing, but I kind of would like to keep it straight for other reasons, and I don't want to disclose. I want to keep it straight a little bit. So you better get to digging, dude. Yeah, it's massive. And I'm only reason I'm getting myself into another big project like this is because I'm crossing my fingers that stuff is coming. It's gonna help out. We talking about a deck per stream, dude? It's gonna be a lot. I mean, like I said, that's why I'm upping my out of war stream schedule. So we're gonna at least be guaranteeing. Let's see here, 4, 8, 16 hours of out of war a week during live stream. So. Now, whether or not you guys bribe me to play more, it'll be a minimum of most likely 16 hours a week of live streaming out of war progress here of this big giant hilltop series mine. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. And yeah, we better get to digging. So, we got a lot of the hard work is already done. A lot of the hard work getting these roads put in and getting all that stuff like that's already kind of done. Now it's just moving the dirt and pushing down one side at a time. And really just kind of slaying this, right? Actually, I need this up here. It's going to be a huge project. At least you won't be out of war, though. Yeah. That's what I kind of laugh at people that are like, when people are like, they go, yo, the game, you delete so much dirt with this equipment because the game sucks. It's like, bro, how are you going to run out of ore, dude? You seen the size of these maps? What are you complaining about? Who cares if the machinery deletes a little bit of dirt here and there? It's not real life, right? Like, there's so freaking much. So much dirt to dig. Oh, wrong button. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, it's just a big sandbox and you can have fun playing in it, man. That's really what it is. Build whatever your little heart desires, you know? That's why, for me, like I said in the very beginning, I'm trying not to get hung up on the little things because the game's still early and you know what I mean? It needs to be polished and it needs a lot of work and I'm just having fun and having fun with you guys. And yeah, yes, we all know the game will become boring between patches sometimes, especially if you've been playing hundreds of hours. I mean, I did it. I've blown hundreds of nukes off at a time, and I don't know if Dre's done it or not. I don't know what he's done, really. I mean, I don't think he's really played the game that much. Maybe played like, what, 2 videos on it? I've done pretty much everything there is to do. I let off 100 nukes in a row. I made a nuke hole, and then I made a gigantic hopper and let off 100 RDX explosions. Then it was you, probably. Probably. More than likely. That was epic, though. When I made that gigantic hole, then I made that gigantic hopper, the inverted pyramid hopper, and then I let off all those explosions, and it just, like, rained down. Did I ever clip that? I did, but I think I might have deleted the clip, so I might have to get it clipped again. I had to wipe out one portion of my hard drive and do some stuff. Or not my hard drive, but my thing, so I might have deleted that clip, but definitely need a good clean clip of that, probably again. I'm just knocking some of this down here, so that way I can hit it with the front end loader. Or it's a little high up in the air. To see where my front end loader makes its cut, right? So we're just gonna help out Mr. Front End Loader. Oh, we're living on the edge. Don't fall in the hole, buddy. Oh, I said don't fall in the hole. What's up, butthole? To build this wall out, that's what I... Right. Smashing these outer walls in is the next stage of the build, guys. So the outer pit perimeter. Very important. All right, now these we can just go ahead and how am I gonna do that? Let's actually, you know what? Let's redesign this real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, we gotta go a little further back. Get out here. Close. It'll be close enough. It'll be close enough. Oh. Want it up against this wall. That's where I want it. I think it'd be cool if it was Split that was the guy that introduced you to the game. He said he was doing something, but I'm not sure what it was. Not sure. I need to go over how many squares? 1. Cool. It's hard because you can't count. I go back more. Ew. That on? No, it'll always be one off of the side. Well, if we get it close, it'll be what I need. I can always put a L. We just want it somewhat close to the wall because we're going to be working all the way down it, and they'll just speed it up. I can always bend around the wall. I'd have to go up too right now. Won't be able to get anything up there. I will just bend over. Bend it on over. Okay, so we'll do a bend. Suck. Shit. Oh. Close enough. Close enough. Eh, can't jump up there. Character's too fat. Yeah, we're only off by one. Okay. Temporary anyways, right? So. Okay, now we need to go conveyor up. Oh, come on. Oopsie, right in my pile. Back off of that a little bit. I can't make it. Scaffolding saves lives. Let's see. Do I need to do a couple more of those ups? Do. Let's go. Production. Yep. Go grab the dozer. How hard would it be to implement water system? You mean just water in general, like into the map? Like for visual? Not hard. Like matter of literally seconds. But what are you going to do with the water is the question, right? There always has to be something that you do with something. If you're going to add something, you want to do something, right? Especially in a game like this. So dynamic water is very difficult because the amount of actual, man, the amount of actual like performance it takes is insane. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back a whole nother, have to drop it down a whole nother thing. Probably just right off of this, just come down off of it. Those things can be added in just, you know what I mean? Like as in just subsystems of the game, right? Like right now, right now the main system of the game is pretty much digging dirt, right? Like if you think about it that way, it's digging dirt. Right, that's the only real system and building system, right? So we have the digging system, we have the building system, and then there's like a processing subsystem in the game. You think about if you're breaking down all of its functions, right? Other than that, that's about it. There's not much else to it, right? So giving yourself things like water or things like that, you want to make sure that everything you add can either work with something else and add to the game in a multiplier, right? So if I add water to the game, what am I going to be doing? What is it doing? Why are we adding? Why is he adding? Why add water to a game? Now, if you want to say add water to the game so you can dredge, so you can have a floating system, that'd be another system you could add to the game. Something that floats, buoyancy, water, things like that, right? But then therefore you could have like say a dredge and you could dredge. Then you have to add swimming to make sure, since the character has third person, so you have to add you have to add character animations when your character's in the water. Swimming controls, diving, like so you could dive and simulate diving, and doing all those things like that, depending on if there's like something like say a suction dredge or something like that. So you got to think of every little thing that has to be added to make the players go, "Hey, I'm doing this. This is fun," right? So. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've already developed those things for concepts and I've sold them, like dredging underwater with voxels and buoyancy. It's fully capable of doing. I've already done it. I've already built it. A lot of you guys have seen the screenshots for it, my Bering Sea Gold concept and stuff like that too. So I've already built the working concepts, so it's 100% there. It can 100% be built. It's, you know, I've already built it. All right, so if I can build it and I'm a potato, then it can be done, right? So yeah, a lot of you guys have already seen a lot of my concepts, right? So, and I've shown some of the screenshots on screen. The models are very basic, but models don't mean anything as long as the concept and the game's function works, and it does. So it's 100% possible. It's 100% doable, and it's just whether or not it fits into these guys' games. I think it would fit in great in Out of War. I think being able to have like having water and having dredges and having things like that would fit perfectly in this. Having your, you know, be able to flood your claims with pumps and put in like a big dredge into a big pond that you built out of the machinery that you built would be sexy as shit. They hit like a big gold vein. You're like, okay, let's flood it and then let's put a big dredge in there and dredge it out and, you know, and use the dredge to collect gold or whatever the hell it is. But you got to build the whole game around it, or it's just going to feel wonky and stupid for no reason, right? So you got to build a story behind it. That's the main thing. You got to build a story. You got to have a reason for it. Can't feel out of place, or it just feels like another pile of shit added onto another pile of shit, you know? And like power management and stuff like that, he's already talked about actually quite a bit of that stuff. So it's all about like the story. When are we going to get kind of like a story arc? Yesterday we were talking about scenarios, you know, and things like that, right? We were talking about like, you know, scenarios and things to do for fun, kind of like just theory crafting the game, right? Make a little bunker that looks kind of. I'll just set it. Just kind of chill with it. So you mean kind of how with Gold Rush there's like water, but it is a input requirement to run the plant? Kind of. I mean, that's see, even Gold Rush was beyond their time, right? So Gold Rush was kind of beyond their time. Think of all the stuff that you can do in Gold Rush that you can't do in other games that you wish you could, like power management, water management, weather problems that have to weather problems that affect the water. You know, water freezes and it breaks your equipment. There's so many little things that work off of each other in Gold Rush, right? That they were just way far ahead of their time, I think. Like, I think it was so complicated for a lot of sim players that they just, like, a lot of casuals wanted to play Gold Rush, but it just pwned their melon. I don't even know the way to put it, dude. They gave us everything that we wanted in, like, a simulator, but it was just gold package themed. But, no, you can, in this game, for instance, like, you could take a water plane is what they're called, like a mesh plane. And as the weather kicks in and starts raining, it could start flooding your lowest part first. The lowest part of your claim would start flooding, right? So as the lower part of your dig site would start flooding, maybe to counteract it, you could put a pump in there, right? So you go over and you place a pump, and then you run your little hose like you do in Gold Rush, and you just pump it out somewhere else. But it wouldn't be dynamic though. You'd have to do it on a water plane to kind of trick it, to trick everything. So as you have the mesh plane of this world, if you have the mesh of this world, right? So you have the digging mesh, and I'll show you guys here something here. Let me show you here. Kind of explain it a little. Demonstrate it a little. Go to rescue. Time lapse recorder. I'm gonna look this way because I don't want to give up my thing. Okay, see how there's nothing there? A lot of people are like, I don't understand how games work, right? Okay, so I can't look over that way. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you see the world, right? You see how it's shaped? It's just like a piece of paper, right? It's just a piece of paper. There's nothing down there. That's all coded, right? That's all coding. That's all how these things work. You're only changing the state of this piece of paper right here, right? So what I did in my thing when I wanted to add water that moved up and down is I just added another piece of paper that raised up and down coded in the water plane. Now how I can control that is by saying, okay, if I have, say, the world it's raining, if it's raining for X amount of hours in the game, say I'm the water plane going up and down, right? I'm the water plane. So what I did was I said, okay, well, I have this voxel plane, which is what you're looking at right now. This right here. See this little plane that's in the middle of my screen? That's the voxel plane. That's the voxel generated world you can dig. Well, I'm going to take another plane and I'm going to put it, say, down here. Right? Now, when it starts raining, this thing's going to start creeping up slowly over time as that rain keeps going. And what's going to happen is when I'm at the bottom of a part of my claim, say right here, because this is the bottom of deepest part of my claim, once it gets to here and it ticks up, anything above that's going to start filling in with water, and you're going to start seeing puddles start to form. It's a very easy way to trick players into adding water in a world, and it hasn't been done before. It's not really been done, right? But that's how you do that, and that's how you do it easily without adding a lot of resources to the map. So you only do it, and it's hard to do on a whole map scale when they're this big, because that's a lot of water to have loaded under you. But you also can do it with LODs and RODs and stuff like that. And yes, so this plane, say I'm the water plane, as I'm raising up, anything that this water plane touches, which is called a collision, would damage. You could do anything with it. You could make it damage equipment. You could make the equipment run half as fast. You could do anything, right? But then in this water plane, you can also add it to where if it's, say it's like 4 feet deep, your character will then enable to be able to start swimming, right? So your character can swim, and then things will start to float if they have buoyancy added to them, and so on and so forth. That's how it's done. That's pretty much in a sense how you build a freaking video game. It's all about just tricking the players into believing something's happening. It's not really, you know what I mean? You just gotta trick. You're just tricking the player's mind. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing in video games. You're just tricking the players into making something feel immersive, right? So yeah, just a simulated groundwater plane. Exactly. So you're just adding the water plane as a function to raise and lower in Unreal. That's all you're doing. Then you're tying everything off of that, right? So the water plane is technically the system, like the subsystem, and then everything that bounces off of that, all the gameplay that bounces off of that is the system itself, right? So you could do damage. You could do like mud, but the mud's a little hard to do. It really is. And it's a resource hog. But the voxels will still work exactly the same. The voxel plane will still work like the voxel plane. So if you put an excavator on a barge and you're floating on that water plane, you're just going to be you're digging on the plane. If it's too deep and you can't reach it, then you got to lower the plane. How would you lower a plane? You'd use a pump, right? So you use a water pump. So you pump out some water out of your cut so you can still dig it. That's in a nutshell is what, you know, dredging and stuff like that is. It's not really complicated. That's why I kind of find it hard to believe that Gold Hunter is going to ever do anything with their game, because it took me a matter of about 1.5 years of my own self of learning Unreal and learning these things and stuff like that to do it on my own and then sell a concept product to a couple developer teams. Right? So I highly doubt if they haven't done it in 7 years and they were promising their game and everything like that they were going to be able to do it. I highly doubt they're going to, you know? So it's just bullshit. People just bullshit. But it is 100% possible. Like I said, it's easy. It's not that difficult. It's just, does it fit in the game and whatnot, right? So there's so many things out there to get it done. You don't have to be a crazy coder. Like, I did it without knowing any really C++, and it didn't have any errors or anything like that, really. So, and all the models I built were just like blocked models, right? So I did it with just pretty much blueprinting, and that's about it. Yeah, it's a little different when you're doing digging though, with like spin tires and mud runners. It's a little different. It's a lot easier when you're using tire tracks and stuff like that. It's a very small, like you guys saw the voxel plane, how big it is, right? Well, the voxel plane on these roads and stuff like that is very small, so you can get away with high detail and stuff like that. But when you're on these big scale things, you got to stretch the voxel cubes out way bigger, because you're using heavy equipment. It's big and you move a lot of material, right? So you got to stretch that. You got to stretch those vertices out way more, and then therefore it takes away from detail, right? So I believe Voxel 2.0 has a lot better of a system for doing that, and it's a lot more. It should be a lot more performance based as well. So lots of things are going to be coming. Hopefully these devs take care. Like we were talking earlier. Hopefully Christian really smashes home. You mean like ground deformation? Well, technically any deformation that remembers it. The game that does it the best is probably Red Dead Redemption's snow deformation. It's just snow. It's just not dirt. It's snow, right? So just think about it that way. Anything that gets deformed is technically just a deformation tool, right? So a deformation asset, right? So I think Red Dead Redemption's snow is like god tier. If you look at it, it's like, holy shit, dude. I think the best buoyancy in the game industry, water wise, is probably Sea of Thieves. They have some of the best water mechanics that feel the most natural. Like Sea of Thieves water, I've been saying it for years, is probably the best. Oh, building up snow is not difficult. It's just a resource hog. It's like 20% of a game's performance budget, dude. It's so insane. It is. It's absolutely crazy. Like I have assets and stuff like that that are deformable snow, when you can drive through them, and the snow tracks and stuff like that. It's not as pretty as Red Dead Redemption, but it definitely does a good job. I have deformable mud and stuff like that. That stuff's all easy to put in. It realistically is. If once you start learning how to use Unreal, and you have a map and you're like, okay, I want deformable snow, or I want deformable this, That stuff's relatively easy to make work with things. It's pretty much already done for you in a sense. Like weather, like the weather that's in this game, I have all that. I have everything that's in this game minus the vehicles and equipment. I have all the coding for it, because it's just, you can get most of these things in Real Store. But then putting them into your game and making them work is the other part of it, right? So a lot of these assets are like $20 to $100 assets, right? So ultra dynamic weather is the one that this game uses, right? And it has seasons, it has weather, it has snow, thunder, lightning. You know what I mean? So that's why you always see the lightning and sound. Typically, you change the sounds. You typically change the sounds in the models when you use assets. That's why it was a dead giveaway as soon as I saw the lightning and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I know exactly what asset that is. That's ultra dynamic weather, ultra dynamic sky. Like, very good, it's well used in the industry. It's used by like almost everybody, because it works really well performance wise for your world. It's not a huge performance hit. You can tie it to, I'm kind of shocked that he didn't tie it to the snow buildup. Like when it's snowing, that the snow doesn't build up, because that's very easy to do. Like the snow buildup, you don't have, maybe not build up on the equipment. That's a little bit more complex, but not really. It's only a couple more steps. Should be able to nail that, but building up of snow should be definitely a thing, especially when if he ends up planning on putting seasons into the game. Like seasons, I would like to see seasons where it's like the trees start to change. I mean, that's relatively not a hard thing to do. I mean, if I can do it, I figure Christian can do it, because I'm a noob. I'm a complete noob compared to Christian, and like, I'm not good at adding vehicles and things like that, and player pawns, and I'm horrible at modeling. My C++ skills are complete 100% noob ass, right? I mainly build worlds and I concept things. You give me a bunch of building blocks and like all the stuff you want, and I can build you a world. No problem. City, towns, roads, set decorate, you know, pretty much just decorating the worlds, right? That's pretty much, I do that shit for fun. I torch worlds all the time. Sometimes I just open, when I'm not streaming and I don't want to play any games, I just open up Unreal and build a world. Start building like a little town, docks, you know. Yep. Set dressing is what what I do, so that's what I like to do. It's fun. And be a little creative with it, and it's really, honestly, I used to try to do things so detailed. Like I can do really high detailed work. But dude, most of the games that would be built, if I even built a world for someone to build a game off of, it doesn't need to be that much. It's like potato. It needs to be like potatoed, because you can't build something super crazy and use up all your resources on just one thing, right? You gotta leave resources for everything else, all the other systems that you're gonna put into the game we've been talking about, right? So you gotta allocate your resources appropriately so that your game don't lag like shit. Gold hunter. Fail hunter. Let's put 400 trees in that are not procedurally done and wonder why the game starts to lag like shit. Let's just yeah, and not know how to do level detail and render on distance and anything like that. Yeah, that's a brilliant. Let's put a million texture detail budget in and wonder why people's shit just gets potatoed. It's just amateur shit, right? Like, Voxel uses a lot of performance as it is, right? So with these digging games, like 30% of your performance just goes into the dirt. Generally it's like, generally you want to put about 10% performance into your trees and stuff like that. Like these type of games, the trees don't need to move. Most people would understand that. Half the time we look at the dirt, we were looking at the machinery like this. Okay, like this is what we're looking at. We're looking at this view. We're not looking at trees, okay, swaying in the distance. All right, like I don't understand why everybody always tries to make these trees sway and shit. Because half the time we always want to turn that crap off anyways, because it's just performance-ridden garbage, right? Like I don't care if the trees sway. How do you guys feel about it? Yeah, trees only need to move when I run into them or cut them down. Exactly. I don't care if they sway in the breeze, damn it. If it means the game runs like 10% better, cut that shit out, dude. You know what I mean? Now, if you're trying to make a graphically beautiful world and that's what your game's big selling point is, then yes. But right now, we're trying to rip this world apart anyways. I don't care what the trees look like. That's my personal opinion. Some people are like, no, I really like the trees to move, and I really like seeing the leaves falling down, and you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you're spending more time digging than mining, or you're spending more time looking at trees than mining. Well, good for you. I don't know about you, but I want all my performance in the game to be around all the base mechanics of the game. Like, I want to hear noises when these things are hitting metal. I want to hear like when they're hitting different things like cement, and the sounds are going all crazy, and there's like dust flying up a little bit, and like, you know, things like that, man. Engage that immersion. Not 400 trees in the background I never see because I'm staring at the dirt. Play Sons of the Forest. You want that experience? But, you know, like, I know that sound is generally one of the things that comes last in the order, right? So generally you hire a sound engineer to come through and add in everything that you want into your game, right? They look through all your stuff and then they do all the sound, right? And it's actually more efficient workload to do it that way. And hopefully Christian does that. Hopefully he has enough money to in the budget to hire someone to come through and add everything the way he needs to do it. Because those guys, sound can be a big deal breaker for a lot of people with games. Like, how many people hate the hissing sound? It's like too loud, or happens too often, or even though it's technically realistic, it doesn't play well to the ear, right? So it can be very annoying. You know, as well as like the overly excessive squeak loop of the tracks. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways you can get around doing that and adding modifiers and things like that to the sound to where it doesn't happen as frequent, but it still does happen. And that's what a sound engineer would do to a game. Like, when you close your eyes and you're listening to the game, right? Like, there's things that are missing, right? If I come over here and I stand over here and I'm working with this right now, it's dead silent. All you hear is my voice. That's wrong. That needs to be changed. That needs to be big time. Like, there's a slight little wind sound that is a little, there's a slight wind sound, but it's not enough to be like, yeah, cool. There's an ambient noise a little bit, but it's a little broken a little bit. Right, so it'd be nice to maybe hear a couple birds chirping, but nothing annoying, right? Dude, tracked vehicles are noisy AF. No, I know they're noisy as hell. What I'm saying, when it comes to a game, it can just be like, oh my god, I'm turning my sound off. This is bullshit, right? So you got to find a good balance between it. Like, I think the tracked vehicles in this game are they're annoying because the amount of squeak that's there. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, we get that. We know that these things squeak. We don't need to hear it every half a second, right? So it's like there is a balance between real and annoying when it comes to video games. Like, I wish I could turn the beeping sound off. Like the explosions are You can't control the volume of, it's just one master volume, and the explosions aren't even affected by the master volume. Did I grease all my nipples? That's probably the problem. I need to grease my nipples more. Damn it. Drink my coffee and grease my nipples. Yeah, but those things will all come. I don't, you know, even if it stayed the way it was, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Wouldn't really bother me. Oh, dude, feeling much better, Glenn. Feeling a lot better, dude. Matter of fact, and I gotta watch the time. Dopey's gonna come in here and start yelling at me. I gotta take off to the hospital, check in, so that way I can go get all the tests I have to get done this weekend. I got CT, I got a sleep study, I got all this blood work I gotta get done. They're doing a stress test, just a whole bunch of crap. But yeah, dude, I'm definitely feeling a lot better. There's just some side effects of the COVID that really, and obviously still, my lungs are still weakened from the pneumonia, so. No, hopefully I get a just keep on resting, and I'm off work until the 16th of July, so I got plenty of time there. Just, you know, crap. But I'm up and I'm moving around, and it was 3 weeks, man. I thought I just had gotten like bronchitis or pneumonia at first, and then all of a sudden it was just nope. Nope. Once I lost my smell and my taste, I knew it was up. And see, the thing is they did the COVID test on me. They did the COVID test, but at work, and it came back inconclusive, right? I had 12 inconclusive tests. Finally, the doctors had to do a more hardcore test, and they came back and they said I had like variant 1 or 2. They couldn't quite tell. It was like variant 1, I believe. They said variant 1, and it seemed like a very weak variant 2 all at the same time. So that's why they called that one that one's the bullshit one, because you can feel like you're getting better at around day 5 to day 7, and then it comes right back in like a jackhammer. And that's exactly what happened to me. Like, I was up around day 5 and kind of like really weak and sick and like at my desk, and they gonna let me, I don't have a laptop or anything like that, and so it's the weekend anyway, so I'm kind of just taking the weekend, and I'll be back on Monday and back at it, right? So, but I've been streaming most of this week, so it's kind of been like the only day I couldn't stream was Wednesday, because I just felt a little too tired after streaming Monday and Tuesday for like 16 hours. So after symptoms show, a lot of tests will come back negative. Yeah, it was really weird, because I got paid right from my job. They gave me 2 weeks, and then it was like, then they were like, well, if it doesn't come back positive, then, you know, you gotta get these further things done. And I was like, please show a positive test, please show a positive test. And yeah, it just was bullshit, man. So I ended up having to freaking just like I can't get any more paid time off, so kind of boned. But good thing we've been saving money, so you guys were extremely, like, it was just in medications and DoorDash, $500 just to get like medications and like liquids, because Dopey was in quarantine and so was I. So we were kind of screwed. So honestly, dude, you guys right before we got sick, right around that time, your guys' support was definitely helpful, and it went to helping us recover a lot faster. So plenty of fluids, plenty of medications and things like that, and is definitely helping out with you know, making sure we can get through and get me back working in July. So yeah, Canada relief COVID thing won't pay anything, because I just started my full-time, so they won't give me any more hours, and it was pretty much just my work that gave me 2 weeks worth of paid. All the orange, dude, yeah, orange juice, Sprite, Pedialyte, Gatorade, like electrolyte packs, just gallons of freaking water, like juices, like I was just chugging as much liquid as I could. It was absolutely crazy. But dude, honestly, the worst part of it was just being in bed and not streaming and not having any energy whatsoever to even get out of bed. That was just crap. I had to go to the hospital a few times to get lung scans, and was in the hospital like 3 times because I just couldn't breathe. I'm still having a hard time breathing right now, but it's getting a lot better. Like, good, you finally shut up a little bit more often now. God damn, bro. Oh shit, dude. You ever breathe, dude? That's what the doctor was like. He was like, he's like, you seem to be breathing okay or talking okay. I was like, yeah, but I don't talk from my like mouth talk. I don't talk from my full voice, right? Because if I do, I'm just too loud. So I have to, like, you know, stop. Do me a favor, wear a mask, especially if they let you wander. Oh yeah. No, I'm in full COVID protocol. Even though after my thing, I'm already technically, you know what I mean, in the clear from their standards. But they said that when I come to the thing, that they want us to call, and then they'll come out with their COVID protocol, and then I have a private room and stuff like that. And thank you for that, by the way, too, guys. So able to, I gotta pay for my room out of pocket, so used a little bit of that donation money and stuff like that to get all these things taken care of. So I don't have any extra medical bills, so I appreciate that, dudes. Yep. Yeah, they're in the full they are fully aware we got everything good to go, and we even booked the hospital, which is the least busy, so I haven't left. This will be the first time I've left the house other than going to the hospital to do things in almost a month now. Been in bed for 3 freaking weeks, bro. Sucks. Like Thursday stream, I don't even really remember. I was so like out of it Thursday last week, man. I was like, I thought it was Friday, and Dopey led me to believe that it was Friday, because she wanted it to be Saturday day, because I promised her something for Saturday, but it was like, she let me believe. I was out of it, dude. I was still like, just like super dehydrated. Every time we go to, they just automatically stick me on a bag of was it saline? How do they call it? To rehydrate you. They're like, dude, you go through like 3-4 bags while you're here, just for like a couple hours, dude. Like, that's how dehydrated I was. I think I lost like over 35 pounds in fluids in 3 weeks.
That is what you call a glory hole.
Just the start.
All you have to do is get down and dig it,
bro.
Because that's where money's
Freaking
gonna
prank.
be, right there.
Just the start.
Yeah, dude, you're a beast, man. Like I said, dude, thank you very much, Glenn, and everybody else who was donating. Honestly, dude, it's like, I don't even know what I would have done not having any money going through that. That would have sucked complete ass. Like, you guys were fucking angels, dude, honestly. Like, that was insane how much you guys donated at the time, and then that popping up in life, like being able to make sure my rent's still covered over this not working. Like, me and Amanda just been saving everything, guys. Like, we just, you know, so honestly, thank you guys. Like, I really mean it. Like, thank you. Even today, like, you know, that's all covered already because of what you guys already did in the past, you know, so like, thank you. Seriously. It made it to where I could just literally just keep my mind off of things and not be stressed out and just try to recover. So But we do have to take off here. I have to be off of here in 30 minutes. Because I have to check in.
Is what you call a glory hole. All
Make sure they give you room service, dude.
Because that's where
Bro, dropping the 200.
Make sure they give you room service.
Glenn's like, I'm on it. Let's go. Make sure they give you room service. It's Dopey that got the Dopey's the one that has to. I'll be fine because I'll be chilling. I'll be fine. Dopey's the one that's gonna be bored as shit. Because I'll be getting tested and like dealing with the doctor. She's the one that's just gotta sit there, dude. She's gonna be bored. But dudes, locksmith coming in, dude, with the tenor, and Frank dropping the 200, man. You guys are beasts, man. Thanks for topping up those expenditures, dudes. Honestly, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Like I said, I do have to take off here in 30 minutes. I have to check in at I have to be there by 4:30, so I gotta get showered and get everything packed up, and I gotta sleep in a chair. At least you get a bed. True. True.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Dopey.
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Frank. Nah, but next week, dudes, though, because this week they said I wasn't gonna come back to streaming this week but the doctor actually said, he's like, no, we need you to like stress your body out to the extreme right now after being sick. He's like, get up and do whatever you can inside the house. And I was like, well, what about like I stream? And he's like, do it. He's like, because we're gonna be doing brain function tests and things like that, because I just don't feel right like in my head. Like I feel like I'm a normie now, dude. I can only think about like one thing at a time. Like I feel like I got hit in the head with a brick and I lost like my autistic superpowers, right? Well, like I feel like a normie now, dude. I know, straight up, man. I feel like a normie. Have one thought process at a time. Is this what it's like for most people that only can think about one thing at a time? Like, I want it back. Give it back to me. What the hell? I'll take the side effects of being like, you know, hit myself in the head with like a plastic bottle and I don't know I'm doing it. Have fun sleeping with the probes attached to your head. The sleep study. Dude, I know I'm gonna be like all wired up and shit. Good thing I just like shaved my head literally. Just here recently, so that'll be easy for them to stick the probes on.
Yeah.
You guys are beasts, dude. Honestly, thank you guys very much.
Had fun
Seriously.
sleeping with all the probes attached to you for the sleep study.
Well, yeah, that's another thing they're worried about too, is my shunts and stuff like that from the heart attack we had, right? So they're gonna be going through everything. Split, when he said you lost a superpower, I felt like a big sad. I know, right, man? Like I was like, I kind of miss it, man. Like it's kind of weird. I hope it comes back, right? Like I like being able to like multitask in my brain and do things and like things like that. And I just don't have, I can't. I can't. It gives me like a headache just trying to multitask with my brain like that now. Hopefully that kind of comes back. Like maybe it was because like the doctor was saying it's because it could be because like the fever that I had for how long I had it. Yeah, I feel like my body's still having a hard time regulating my temperature. That's one thing I do feel as well. I feel like it's still having a hard time regulating that. But that also could be because it's hot as shit in my office here, and it's actually like really hot and muggy and gross outside and things like that, right? So it could be just because it's just normal summertime heat. Like it's about it's almost 90 in here right now in my office, so. And that is true too, Dustin. They said I am still fighting mainly the pneumonia now. Because it was bad. They said I had bad pneumonia. Like I was like coughing out blood extreme to the extreme, man. I jumped in the shower when I was like during one part of it, and it was kind of graphic, but I coughed and it just like all over the shower. I was like, oh God. Then when I was breathing, it just sounded like gravel in my lungs and I could barely breathe. Then all of a sudden it kicked into where I could barely breathe. Right? Like it just felt like somebody was just lighting my lungs on fire with every breath. And I still kind of feel that, but not as bad. So it's not as bad as it was. I'm not popping up blood and stuff like that anymore, so. Yeah, they said that they just want me to stay overnight because they want to be able to do blood work and everything like that all through all their tests. The sleep study is one reason why I got to stay. And instead of me coming back and forth and then have to do the COVID protocols and stuff like that, they said that they want to make sure that it's just easier for them to do it. So they were like, all you have to do is pay for a hospital night and everything else is covered. So that's not bad. At least everything else is covered, right? Under Canada's healthcare. So I just got to pay for the room. That's not bad. I don't mind that. Yeah, I'm sure everything's readjusting still too. Right, so that was pretty harsh going through that. Because the weirdest thing was, is, normally when you chill, like when you have the flu, like the normal flu, and your body starts to heat up to kind of like do everything or whatever the damn process is, right? Mine, it was not doing that. It was like, your body just starts sweating. I had no fluid to sweat. I had none. Even though I was drinking all that fluid, I couldn't take it in and keep it in. But I just didn't have to smell Amanda's farts. Best part about it. Best part about it. And she 100% Amanda did have it as well too. She got it as well, but she still got a little bit of a respiratory cough, but it's just a little cough that won't piss off for her. But she didn't get the full blown like I did. Kind of weird. Thankfully though, because both of us being down would have been ass. And the weirdest thing is every time she's had it 3 times now. She's had it 3 times, like 3 or 4 times now. That's probably why she didn't get it as bad this time, the doctor said, so. But her cough actually sounds worse than mine. Kind of weird. She got all checked out and she's good to go, so. Give you for both back, 100%. Glad you're back. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. Like I was saying, it's really good to be back. Like I said, I hate laying in bed. I absolutely hate laying in bed. And, being sick, I still like to normally work and do things on the computer and try to make content and stuff like that. Like over the years, you guys know, I'll have the flu and I'll just be like, whatever. More opportunity for me to sit down and play. Might not talk as much, but might have to mute when I'm coughing and stuff like that. But, overall, I just find that if I'm feeling too bad or pukey or gross, I generally don't stream, or generally I typically play and stream, and not this time though. Nope, not happening. Yeah, look how the mine site looks so much different after yesterday and today. Not even, well, we're getting close to 8 hours. We're like 7.5 hours worth of work. We busted out this whole side. We put the bend in for the road. We moved over the box, and now we can start moving that down that wall face and working really good. And start extending this cut. I think next week we're going to be all the way down to the end of the line over there. If I just focus on this side alone, I think we're going to be down there, because we're going to be streaming Monday, Tuesday. Depending on what my mods tell me for the Wednesday's community stream, I should be able to make no problem unless something comes up. But oh, true. Dopey already just told me that there's something else on Wednesday. Dopey's birthday is on Wednesday, so we're doing a Dopey's birthday stream. Dopey's gonna pick a game that she wants to play, and I'll be playing that with her, or whatever she picks. She said she wants to play the forest and stuff like that, so Dopey's birthday's on Wednesday. So yeah, that's what's going on Wednesday. So she said she wants to play like the forest and stuff. So Dopey's birthday. We can't do anything else really, so we might as well have our birthday with you guys. Oh shit! Early birthday for Dopey yet? Yeah, man. Come on in, and we'll just be playing, and whatever Dopey wants to do in the forest, we'll Dopey's in charge. It's Dopey Day. She might want to play some Valheim. She might want to play some forest. Depends on who's on, she said. I'm just speaking for her in the living room. She's talking, but yeah, Dopey Day. Dopey's turning 35. Oh, 29. Sorry, my bad. She's like, what? She's like, try again. Try again. She's trying to make me old. Damn youngin'. Be 29 years old. Old ass bitch. She said I'm still closer to diapers than she is. Don't make the hospital stay longer than it needs to be. She already said she was gonna knock me out if I didn't fall asleep for the sleep study. I'm gonna beat you. Yeah, thank you guys for the donos today. We appreciate that. Crazy bros. What am I cutting all the way over here for? Stop it. I don't need to do that. Well, I guess no, actually I do. What am I thinking? I have to make room to work, right? Like, I have to cut out like that, because if I don't, I won't have any room to back around and move around in. And starting on the 20, I think I think I'm gonna wait for Shane to get back. Yeah, I think Shane gets back on like the 25th-ish. But Shane got me the deluxe edition for Final Fantasy, so a lot of these nights we'll be doing some Final Fantasy gameplay, and I'll be playing a little later than normal. So on the PS5, I'll be streaming Final Fantasy, the new Final Fantasy that's coming out. Keep an eye on it. The Dopey will yell at me when it's time to get off. She will yell at me. Said I got 20 minutes. Gotta make it happen. 20 minutes. Like I know I got a lot to do with Out of War, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So there's also things I want to do on other games too to get finished out first, so as well. So but Out of War is the number one thing. You guys have been voting on it, and you guys have been putting in the views, you guys have been leaving the comments, so I want to make sure that, you know, I've been gone for a while too, so I really want to catch up on this project and get moving along. So that's why I was saying we're gonna do Monday, Tuesday next week, Thursday, Friday on the Out of War first section of the day. Like I said, also depending, like I said, I don't know if they want me to come back for test or so. But that is the plan for next week. I won't be on here this weekend. This will be the last stream for them. So looking forward to more Hydroneer streams too. Okay, so with Hydroneer, I've came to the point now where the grinding is just, I don't want to just sit and grind and watch a machine, right, on stream. I want to like just fall asleep, you know? So what I did was I'm just leaving my game running, and so I'm collecting ore and resources, the auto repair. And then that way the next Hydroneer stream we can actually like upgrade and go to the next thing and actually have something to do than just watch the machine work, right? So that's the only, because live streaming, it's kind of sucks when it's just, you're just in the grind, right? Like at least this, we're like moving dirt and like, you know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at with Hydroneer, is everything's just automated now. So, and automation is not fun to stream. Right? It's not fun. So the new Satisfactory 8 patch just came into the beta or whatever it is. So hopefully when that hits live, we'll be jumping into some Satisfactory at some point and testing out all the crazy new stuff that they've added in over like the last, like, since I've played it. So maybe some Satisfactory here in the next few months. Also too, gotta keep an eye out for Gold Rush. They might be doing something here. Never know. Little birdie developer said to keep my eyes out. Never know when that's gonna be though. It could be like in the next 6 months to a year. Keep my eyes out, bro. What do you mean, like in the next 4 weeks, or like in the next year and a half? That's just the way that they work. So hopefully it's not like a year. Hopefully it's before the end of the year or something like that, right? Whatever they're planning. The grind is rough. Farming's gonna be rough too. Yeah, I'm definitely just gonna leave that on when I get back, and maybe do like a Hydroneer stream or something, depending on the day. I've started fresh with each Satisfactory batch. I'm gonna say I'm burnt out trying to the max steers near. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to me, but I only played like Satisfactory patch like 1 and 2, and then I played like 4, and that was like the last one that I played. So, and I kind of figured that that's the way that the game was gonna work. So I made the call at patch 4 to kind of just leave the game alone for a couple years and wait. So and I'm glad that, like, I think this one's worth it. Like, I've never played with any mods or anything like that. It's always just vanilla. Here it is. So I do like Satisfactory. It's, you know, it's pretty cool, pretty chill. Cool stuff going on. Can't wait to see how big of an improvement Unreal 5 makes to it. How well they take advantage of the Unreal. Other games I might throw into would be after I do Occupy Mars. I'm kind of getting close to finishing Occupy Mars. Maybe a few more play sessions. Occupy Mars. I might do Subnautica below, was it below zero? Yeah, so I do have that, and I did not play that the guys got me. Well, they got me Subnautica, and then they got me below zero, but I did Subnautica, and then that was a pretty good game. It was not bad. I might do below zero here soon, within the next month or so. It's a game to add to the list. Lots of cool games. Yeah. I don't like those bricks right there. Pissing me off. No, I have not. I generally don't play like a lot of automation games and stuff because I find them to be the grinding lulls are just a little too meh. The grinding games that I like to play are games like this where I can actually change the world, like, and deform it and stuff like that. So if I generally don't, I like Hydroneer for me was kind of like a little bit like, I knew what it was going to be, but I think that's what Captain Industry is. That's I think maybe I might be thinking of something different in my head. Yeah, more American Truck Simulator. More with the community, we'll be getting more drives in and stuff like that. And a lot more community games as well. Lots more Out of Ore as well too. Get back on track and get going. Start getting these projects smashed out. And hopefully here on the 20th as well too. Hopefully the patch is good for Kerbal Space Program too. I was super disappointed this week trying to play KSP2 and having those issues. We got a bang box, boys. No, not bus. Damn it, Varus. Yeah, same here. That's what I thought that they had figured it out because they were such a successful early access game on the first one, right? And it was such a successful early access. I thought I'm not pissed. I'm just disappointed that it's so many of the fundamental flaws of KSP that they already learned are still in KSP2. And it's like, holy crap, you guys didn't figure it out after this many years, right? Like, and you still made the same mistakes coming out the gun in the gate, right? Like, that's, I think for me, it's just the disappointing thing. Can we get the window liquor skin? Yeah, I will be working on skins for the convoys. I just need a little bit more time, and I was going to be working on them, but then I got sick, right? So being sick derailed a lot of things. I was actually going to make a skin set for us. At the time we got here, we got less, like pretty much like probably like about 10 minutes or so. So let's get a couple more scoops in, dudes. Start wrapping this up, boys. Wish I could stay and play a little longer tonight, guys. You know? Go. Thank you guys very much for helping me keep my mind off of the shit I gotta do all the day. I wasn't gonna stream today, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to just sit around waiting until I have to go, so let's get a stream going here, and so appreciate that, guys. I think we made good progress on the mine, though. I think we made some good progress. Getting the lower half all figured out. All right, let's see here. Last scoop. We'll go check the plant real quick. I forgot to do that yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna go check this plant. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace out. Take it easy. Oops, my bad. My bad. Glenn dropping the 5 bomber, dude. You guys got a if you guys got one, make sure you spam the hype train. Dude, Glenn, thank you much, brother. All right, let's go take a look at the box here, guys. We have to take off here soon. Dude, I hate having to do that. Okay. Beast, man, dude. Thank you much, Glenn. Appreciate that, dude. All the homies that got some tags. Okay, let's take a look at the box. There shouldn't be hardly anything in here. Nope, because we're not running pay dirt or dirt. Hey, look, it's still processing. Shoveling some good yardage at this thing here. 13,000 so far. It's gonna be a nice little pay today. Gonna be a nice little pay. Looks like everything stopped, so let's go and see what we made. Ba-ding. Oh, that's why. A magnetite, bauxite, copper. This is what we made today. So far. Not a bad little haul. Even though we still have a little bit over here. Sell this. So we made almost, we said 1.9 million today. So that's not too bad because we did a lot of work everywhere else. Let's go ahead and wrap this up here, dudes. You guys have been absolutely crazy. So today we made, well, 1.9 million. And we got a lot of stuff done. We kind of helped do this road a little bit better. The haul road that's going to be kind of like the in and out of my mine site. We finished doing the road bend here today. This will obviously be cleaned up and stuff like that. We'll make it look all nice eventually. But it's roughly in there. I can get a rock truck up and down it. That's all nice. We got a whole new box system that comes down and over. And we'll be able to move that along this wall face as we go all the way down the canyon. And put the wall in and keep putting the road in. And making sure the road's good to go. So this next week, we're going to be pushing on Out of Ore for all you Out of Ore dirt nerds. We're going to be pushing on Monday. We're going to be coming in and we're going to be smashing as much as we can going that way along the wall. So, and then once we reach our destination down there, we're going to hopefully fan out and go do the other side all the way along the big monstrous hillside and keep on cooking, right? So we got a lot of dirt to move. We got tons and tons of dirt. Good thing it's shallow here, so this shouldn't take too long. We got to blast this all, turn it into solid rock, and then just it won't take too long to mine out. But these upper spots where it's a little higher take a little bit, and that over there is just a monstrous amount of dirt. We'll be using Dozer boxes for a lot of that upper hillside to push as much pay as we possibly can into those boxes just to get rid of it. Right, so we're gonna run it. We're not gonna just delete it with like Draymite and stuff like that. So we'll definitely use Dozer box technique, all that amazing stuff. Dudes, I gotta get out of here, bros. I go to the bathroom, gotta go take a shower and everything like that. Gotta go check in here and get all these test done for the weekend, dude. But I will be back Monday, bros. You guys are absolutely crazy, and much love to you guys for all the donations. and support. That's absolutely crazy. You guys are always crazy. Glenn for dropping the 5 gifted. Cup of coffee for the 10er. Lock for the 10. Frank for dropping the 2 hundo and the 10 as well as Cup for the other 10 earlier today. And Grinder dropping the gifted member earlier on stream. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate that, dude. Honestly. But yeah, hopefully everything all goes well for me. Thank you guys for the best wishes as always. And we will catch you guys here Monday, bros. I'll keep you guys informed of what's going on the phone, leave some Discord messages and stuff like that too. So yeah, dudes, it's been great. It's been fun. Make sure you guys have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to everybody early. And you know, enjoy your time with your family. Get out there and just relax, have a barbecue, do something fun, go touch grass, go do something. You know what I mean, bros? Do something. Get away from the computer for a little bit, play with the kids. If you guys got kids, if not, just go do something for yourself. Just get away from the computer for a little bit. You know, it's always healthy to get away from the PC, get away from the games, do something productive, you know, things like that. But bros, much love, be safe, and we'll catch you guys on Monday, dudes.